Hi, welcome to Ocean Yemi's channel. So, yesterday I started talking about the government thing for the stocking up for the stockpile. Now, before they were saying that how you should stock up. A lot of people were stocking up during the pandemic and certain stuff. And now, hi Brown Sugar. Oh, thank you. Um, so basically, this is what they're doing now. Before, when I was looking through, hold on, sorry, when I was looking through certain information to do with the stockpile, I came across the emergency alert as well because, like they were saying, in case of events that happen in London. Now, in the Twitter is something else that has been said that is like getting people ready for war. Um, my daughter also told me a few things yesterday to do with all this as well. So it seems like there is something going on. But like I said, I was listening to people like Vasco Stevenson and certain ones, and they was talking about certain things that is coming, that is going to be changing, that is going to change the way of life for. I think he said it's about 7 years or something like that. I can't remember how long he said. He said there is a time span to it too. Now, as I look through some of the information pertaining to the stockpiling, they said for they gave it a time span. Now, when Vasco spoke about it, he said that how there's going to be a time when you would not be able to come out of your house and you have to um, have food in your house, so you can't come out because whatever's going to happen. Another person who was into doing numerology at the time, she came out. This is early 2000, and she spoke about people burning um, burning wood in their houses. Obviously, hi Christine. Obviously, people didn't believe what she said because being she's a numerologist, she's a bit like Alex on that way, where she was determining from the numerology what was going to happen in the future. Now, a lot of people laughed at her, a lot of people scoffed at her, a lot of people really didn't take her seriously. Me and my friend at the time, we took it seriously. We always felt certain stuff. Right? And being the area that we live in as well, right? We always felt that there was certain vibes to the area, certain, let's say, energy to the area. Now, I used to listen to a lot of conscious radio. Well, I still can. I don't listen to them as much because since they taken everything off of the radio now and made it into digital, it's harder to listen to certain stuff. Most of the time, I'm on the YouTube, obviously. Um, then they showed that film, Leave the World Behind, where in the last part of it, the daughter finds a bunker house, and in there, there's loads of food, there's videos, and everything else. Now, sometimes, right, movies do actually. Sorry, that's me drinking cola early in the morning. Movies actually tell you what's going on. So some of these things that is going on now are stuff that has already been told to us before. Now, the reason why I bring up Vasco Stevenson for One Harmony Radio, because he always talked about certain things. He referred to certain things as the white hats and different things. And also my friend in America, he also spoke about a few things that also lined up with what Vasco was saying as well. Now, ideally, yeah, movies foretell the future because the makers seems to have an instinct about what is coming as well. Now, on Salt Armor's panel one time, we spoke about AI. People talk about going back to nature. LBC at one point was talking, and they were saying that how people wouldn't be able to live in the cities; they'll have to go in the countryside. That's the only way. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Why? That's the only way you will survive in London, particularly because, like, when you're in the city, as leave it all behind, it is dangerous. Now, most people I know have left and gone away. They either moved to Africa, they're going into the city. One person I know moves around a lot. They moved around. But obviously, right, if you have the means to do that, you can do that. You can move around, and because you have to be on higher ground. Vasco Stevenson, which I have done. I think I don't even know whether it's still there. The video. Let me see if it's still there. I doubt it's still there. The video of Vasco Stevenson. Not he didn't do a video, but I made a video of him. And Vasco, I'm going to show you what he looks like. So in case you want to go and dip into that information, because I think from the Americas, you can actually, on the digital, you can tap into him. Now, I know a lot of people might not listen to this because it might be a long, drawn-out video. Yes, it might be a long, drawn-out video, but if you have time, please take time to listen. It's very important because even in the Americas, there's things about the purge, certain stuff. That's why they show the purge with the election, certain things, right? They're all indications of things that are coming. Really, it's the younger ones that are going to more... the babies, etc., etc., etc. So I'm not going to go into a spiel about Gaza, all that. That's a separate entity. It's the same but separate. So it's basically what they're doing. They're sending back England back to the war era. That's what's happening. Let me see if I can find Vasco. If I can't, I'm going to have to find him. I don't think I've got him up there. They're sending back England back into the war era. That's why they said people started planting. Like I started planting, but because of the weather, you have to know about planting. You have to know about the moons. You have to know about when time to plant seeds, all that stuff. Especially when you're in a residential situation. Some people successfully has grown food. Residential areas. I don't think I've got him. I think I deleted his video. Yeah, I think I deleted it. Vasco Stevenson is another federer of information when it comes to this. Another person I would say is Alex the Shaman. Yeah. On top of that, recently I saw something pop up on timeline called 1984. 1984. I started listening to it. I was even thinking of talking about it as one of my things on here, but I don't know. I'll see. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. Why they're telling people to stockpile all of a sudden. When people was talking about stockpiling, people used to scoff at people and not listen to them and say, oh, this and that. Like I said, I had I had a conversation with one Fredrin at the time, and he was saying, what's the point of stockpiling? Because like after a year, what are you going to do with the food? And right? And yes, it's possible people will eat, but there is ways to stockpile in houses, flats, wherever. Now, the one I'm going to share right now is... where is it? Hopefully it will show. Oops. Okay, so this is what's come out. This came out yesterday. This came out yesterday. Let me see if you can see it. Oh, it's playing. It's playing. Okay, so in my screen plays about, we'll get through it somehow. Hold up. You get time to load. Put it on a bigger screen. All right, so this is the bigger screen. I hope everybody can see it. It's got to see the advert in front of it. So what they're saying is Britain should have 3 days worth of tin food and water, government says. How would you prepare if this silly advert will move out the way? Let's move the advert out the way. It's not moving out the way. Okay. So wind up torches, tin, meat, bottles of water are just some of the items the government are advising people to stock up on as it urges the public to prepare for emergency. Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden has revealed a new website to advise people on how to protect themselves from various risks of including biosecurity, cities, flooding, power outage, and another pandemic. The Prepare website calls on households to stock up on bottled water with a minimum supply of 3 liters of drinking water per person per day, but says 10 liters is recommended for more comfortable levels for cooking and hygiene. I've seen people with loads of bottles of stuff as well. People should, it suggests, also store non-perishable food that doesn't need cooking, such as tinned meat, vegetables, fruit, as well as baby supplies, pet food if included. The website adds that a tin opener should be in the package, as well as battery and wind-up torches, radios, wet wipes, first aid kit. Mr. Dowden says the measures are about sensible safeguards and not stockpiling. The website is there to offer practical information for the households to make those preparations for the threats listed on the Government National Risk Register. The Deputy Prime Minister is speaking at London Defence Conference on Wednesday, where he will say resilience, be aware kind of thing, begins at home. With a poll by the conference showing only 15% of people have emergency supply kit in their homes. More than 40 do have 3 days supply of non-perishable items. The website is part of Mr. Dowden's push to ensure that the UK is more, aware to growing threats ranging from natural disasters and water outrages stages to conflicts. Last year, he introduced new emergency alert system, which I'm going to get to. So the mobile phone gets sent a loud alert sound if there is a risk to life in the area. A government source said the new website is part of the largest outhaul of awareness in the decade, which also involves new training for MPs and a new program to model what would happen in another pandemic. It will see thousands of people taking part in a tier on the pandemic exercise next summer. So next summer, they're going to be doing a whole heap of stuff. The government said that the advice is not in response to immediate crisis, but is so people can be prepared, so the government and emergency services can focus on the most needed first. So they're more or less warning people in advance what's going to happen. So I'm going to go to the website if I can find the website. Right. So my uptake on this is that how they're making sure that people is aware. But the thing is that some people was aware about certain things beforehand. Some people's been ready from long time, right? From as long as I know. I don't like how that looks there. Right. Some people's been ready for as long as I can remember. People started putting stuff away, started thinking, people started moving out of London, all sorts of things. So by them saying that, it's just like something is afoot, something is coming, something bigger. Now, like I said, most things are told in films and stuff. Children of Men, to name one that pops into my head. Children of Men, where they're all living in rural areas and getting through to a lot of stuff. As he said, 1944, but there's one called 1984 too, which I'm listening about the Big Brother thing too. Let me see if I can find the website. Oh yeah, see they actually put it on the government website. They put it on the government website. So this is the government website that they have done, so people can. Let me get it bigger again. But like I said, it's I was saying it's been in the pipeline for a long time. There's a lot of things that's happening in and around different parts of the world. So what I'm believing from this now, right, where people were saying, "Oh, it's a conspiracy. It's never going to happen." This, that, and the other. Now, what's happened is come knocking on the door. So this is the website. The emergencies such as flooding, fires, power cuts can affect us, or there are simple, effective steps you can take to be more prepared. So this is the website. If an emergency did you happen in the area, how would you manage? So they're telling people the pointers, how to be prepared, be informed, the hazards. Finding out if you are eligible to sign up for your gas and electricity, water supplies, priority services registered. So they know that you need additional support, including when there is an interruption to your supply. Ask anyone you can provide for care if they are registered. See a reminder in your phone, make a note on the calendar. See, there's a lot. I'm not going to speak to all that. Right. So last year or year before, I can't remember when it was, they did a emergency alert. And they were saying that how when you hear a certain noise on your phone, that how it's an alert. They gave people the options to opt out of it as well. Some people did, even though they opt out, their phone still buzzed. There still was a buzzing noise to it. Yeah. Make sure you pack a suitcase with essentials should you need to leave your home quickly. Yep. So the emergency alert is a UK government service that can be used to warn you if there is danger in life nearby. Examples of situations that may lead to an alert, including severe flooding, fires, with the extreme weather, which is what I said. Alerts can be sent by UK government, devolved missions, and other public bodies such as the police or your local council. These organizations do not need to know your phone number, so that because there's a database location to send you an alert, and alerts are sent to you on your phone, tablet, or current location. What happens when you get the alert? So the phone, tablet make a loud siren like noise, even if it's set on silent, vibrate, read out alert. When you get an alert, stop what you're doing, follow the instructions of the alert, and if you're driving, find somewhere safe, legal to stop before reading the message. If there is nowhere safe, legal to stop, no one is in a vehicle to read it for you, you can listen to the news on live radio to find out the emergency. So they're going all out to let people know what's going on. I've been prepping for the past 4 years. Yeah, you're I remember you saying about that, you know, in fact, Chrissy, I remember you saying that. You know. So like I said, none of this is new. People knew about this from before. A lot of people already knew about certain things and started prepping, started stocking up. There's a lady, I did put up her video. She's from Netherlands. She was prepping as well. I don't even think I could find her no more. She was prepping as well. This lady from the Netherlands. I don't think I can see her now. She was doing it as well. I don't think she puts up videos anymore. I think she has stopped putting up videos. She was prepping. She was showing people how to reblemish their stock. Very informative video it was. I don't even think I can find it now. So much keep going. So other stuff keeps going on. The thing is that there's other stuff that comes on the timeline and you never see the real important stuff. I received 2 calls from the National Grid over the past 2 years, and should we have power cuts? Yeah, not only that, there was a lot of power cuts around this area too. Water going out, all types of reasons water kept going out. Yes, people will tell you're crazy. Like me and my friend, I mean, we're still kind of friends. Me and my friend was literally gonna figure something out. She's all the way in Bristol and I'm in London. So we was gonna try sort out something so that we can sort of get huge stock food together. It didn't work out. I also had a WhatsApp group, try to get it situated. It's hard to get people situated. It's hard because nobody trusts nobody. So in the words of my friend from America, right, it's like you worry about yourself. My friend in America said he got all his stuff sorted, boxes of food. He ordered from Amazon. He stocked up because he moves around as well. He stocked up. He very much full of information, federal warnings. Before floods, he'll say, yeah, well, this is going to happen. Sure enough, things happen. So there's a lot of people who is well informed on certain stuff and they find out a lot of information. Now, when with the conscious movement, which is still going on, I did have a conversation with one of the people who is part of the conscious movement. I said to them, why are you lot all marching and doing all this? I said, people have big warehouses of food for their people, right? I said, why don't you lot try and do that? He said, it was more important that they march for reparations. I said, yeah, but while you're doing that, right, you could have literally gone and sorted some spaces, narrow spaces where people can reach and people can get food, so that if anything was to kick off, there's a safe place where people can run to. Up to now, I didn't get no answer because it seemed like when you say certain stuff, you are looked on as funny, weird, negative, however, right? So me and my friend used to have loads of conversations during this time, and she started getting stuff. She was going food banks, collecting food. She was going to, I think it was food banks. She was going to supermarkets, getting cheap food. She was started collecting things. Obviously, some people's money is not as forthcoming as others, so they have to work around that time within to get the food. So people are looking down on people for silly reasons, but really, what the irony of the thing is, right, for people is to get together. You need a person that you trust. Because you can't trust anybody. You have to be able to trust somebody and know, if anything, if you have to run, that you got to run somewhere. With children now to get them to settle down, be quiet, whatever, is different. So you have to practice your child a certain way, which I'm going to start doing with my younger one, because she's different to the others. Now, the next thing I'm going to look at is the alert. As they brought it up, I'm surprised Alex ain't even around. Because he's always saying, well, this is coming, that is coming, da, 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 da. Now, where is it? Last year, they did an emergency alert. I think they did it in America as well. Oh, can't see it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up a little more. Oh, it's in the way. Why is it in the way? It's in the way. Anyway, there was emergency alert. So the UK worldwide emergency alert service is being launched today ahead of the test, which they had a test that was last year, 23rd of April last year. I think it was. The alert will be sent directly to the mobile phones across the UK to warn people about life-threatening events such as wildfires, severe flooding, and the government has said they will only come from the government, or emergency services will include details of area impacted along with the instructions about how to respond. So the Chancellor of Duchy of Lancaster, Oliver Dowd, said, "We are strengthening our national resistance, whatever, with new emergency alerts system to deal with a wide range of threats from flooding to wildfires. It is all revolutionized our ability to warn and inform people who are in immediate danger and help us to keep people safe. As we are seeing in the US and everywhere, the buzz of a phone can save a life." Successfully tested in East Suffolk and Reading. The alerts will only be sent when there's an immediate risk to life. So it may be a period of weeks, months, or even years between them. Let's see, let's go further. Because even I was like suspicious about the alerts, because when the way the alerts was done, right, that only brought me back to the Blitz, brought me back to war times. That's what I think when I think of the alerts, the emergency alerts. But as they has indicated, should I say, indicated that these alerts are for letting people know what's going on, basically. So the emergency alert was the biggest one. Let me see if I can get it onto the emergency alert and the stockpiling. Let me add it so I could, because a lot of people on here also said that they are in places where they have started stockpiling, including Christine. So, like I said, there has been warnings for warnings before. This is nothing new. This is not exactly surprising to me, which is strange. I'm not actually surprised. As you can hear from yesterday, I'm not surprised. I just wanted to bring it to the channel because I have spoken about it before. Let me see if I can find it. I doubt it's going to play. That is going to play. But I have spoken about it before. Right. Let me see if it's going to play. I had a theory about it. So I'm going to play my video where I have spoken about the emergency alert before. I have spoken about other things pertaining to this anyway. So let me see if I can get it there. Let me see. Emergency alerts will be put out. And I really believe that how this is the start of things to come. This is the next phase of things to come. Now, whether that's believable or not, whether you believe me or not, I believe that how, as there is a change of things that is happening, a what they call a shift, right? Which is called a shift of government, a shift of everything else. Right now, everything's coming ahead. So, being that how there is going to be certain stuff like, i.e., Google will have little issues now. The emergency the emergency alert was spoken about quite, I think, a month or two ago. And it just happens that how like people started turning off their settings, but apparently the seems like they override the settings and they were able to still send the siren or the thing through the phone. Now, I think that how what's that showing that how easy they can control the phones. Now, even though like we feel we have control over our phones, we don't have control over our phones. We don't have control at all. Because if you turn off the settings of the alert to your phone, right? Because there's quite a few different alerts that they put on the phone, right? Notifications, right? I'm not going to say the other word. There's that notification, and there was the emergency alert. Now, I will put up why they say the apparent reason why they put out the alert. Now they did one half of London, and then apparently I think they did another area as well. Birmingham, I think, got their bit. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, oh hi, Alexandra. I should call you Shaman. So the alert came through over here. But the thing is that I did turn off my settings, which is really quite laughable. Now I describe the alert as like a, you know, the R word alert. You know, it sounds like one of those alarms. It didn't sound very whatever they thought. It's like it's like a siren noise. So I believe that how this is a start of things to come. You see, because once they start doing the little sirens, the little alerts, the little this, the little that, then it goes into other things. So that's my theory on it, basically. I mean, like, you lot can put your theory in the comments, really, and say what you feel, because people don't talk about the breaking down of what's going on, right? Because there was also flooding in China or something. One friend, he gave me a heads up on certain stuff, but he also told me not to tell people unless people is talking about it. So if you know what's going on, then you know what's going on, basically. You know what I mean? Because Amma said that in Netherlands they was doing sirens, and it sounded something like out of the purge. So I don't put nothing past anything. You know what I mean? Anything that they dealing with, like especially over here, Europe. Um, like I said, Europe's going through a whole shift now. Well, actually, the world is going through a whole shift. The elitisms, things are getting shown, things are revealing. You know, I showed the one with the boy, the guy who went missing, as well. So, like I said, some of these conspiracy theories are not conspiracy theories. You know, people talk about conspiracy theories being shoved all over the place. The conspiracy theories are not conspiracy theories. They are really happening in front of your face. They spoke about the shortage of food. Right now, they said that there's a shortage of something over here as well. So when I saw that siren thing, I remember an elder spoke about it last year, year before, and I think another person spoke about it. And apparently, there's supposed to be a big what you call it, either a big talk about something. The Google is going to change. It seems like Google is changing. They were trying to get the 4G, the 5G thing, giving you fiber, giving you the other thing, and it's really playing with people's Wi-Fi as well. So you know what they can't deal with on the other way, they deal with it through the Wi-Fi. And that's why loads of content creators are in problems when they're sharing screens. I mean, me, oh my gosh. I'm having so much problem when I got my laptop, my Wi-Fi plays. So I'm just basically saying, you see how easy they can get through your settings. So even if you turn off your settings, you don't do certain stuff, they'll get through it. They get through it. People talk about government and government. The government does deals with a lot of stuff. There's nothing they cannot get through or get beyond. But we are in a time where, like, you know, the veil is lifted. People don't understand why, like we say, the veil is lifted. The veil is literally getting lifted. The veil is getting lifted. There's things happening. People need to keep write things down as it happens, so they have it recorded, so that you know, so that you can say, yeah, I saw that, I saw that, and that even just now, even prices, like I said, I spoke about the inflation the other day, is getting serious out here. So basically, like-minded people needs to come together. It's not about or people with the same conversations. The same conversations need to happen, because at one point, right, we're gonna need each other. We're gonna need each other sooner or later. And this siren thing, well, I say the emergency alert. The emergency alert. But anyways, I'm not gonna be on here long. This is very short. It's under an hour. But now that I can't remember when I did that video, but I did that video a while ago. Then I remember trying to put up this one about the lady who was prepping, because I thought it was important that people tap into it. Hold on, let me see where she comes on, because she also talks about shortages, this, that, and the other. And yes, there is people that is actually farming. There's black farmers. There's stuff going on to help people through this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the lady that I did post up. So if you haven't gotten to this video, I'm gonna play it now so you can see it for yourself, because because even I tried to start prepping. Me and my daughter actually had a conversation about it, because yesterday when I spoke to her, She said that we had the conversation about it, and it is valuable. I do see some people on here trying to get together to be very realistic on certain stuff because you know that's when you see the other side of humans, because just like in the Congo where women are being raped, etc., etc., when certain times are down, stuff really do happen, right? Things really, really do happen, and yeah, that's why I feel it's important. But I'm gonna play this lady. Hopefully, there ain't gonna be no glitches in it, and you can hear her.
Hi guys, I guess I'm live. I didn't even know I'd push the button. Anyway, I had a couple of you guys ask me to go over again what I'm doing as far as food prepping. And the first thing I want to share with you is a lot of people are asking me why. Well, we have a number of reasons why. One is that in Texas last year there was a snow apocalypse and people were literally without power for 4 or 5 days and they couldn't even get out of the house because it was so cold. And so we don't want to have that scenario again. And we are, we don't want to have a scenario where we have no power. And then, of course, if you have no power, you have nothing to eat if you can't cook. So we have a little camp stove, a propane powered camp stove. Of course, we have the barbecue too that's propane powered, so we can cook on those two things. The other thing is too, though, bigger picture wise, we're seeing a lot, as you guys are seeing, a lot of government overreach. And I've had a lot of conversations this week with friends and family in California who are freaking out because they're making it mandatory for the kids now to get vaccinated. And so we've seen a lot of government overreach that really concerns us. We don't know what it's going to come to. And then the other thing is in the financial markets. I do a lot of my own investing. I do my investing in stocks. And so I actually pay for a service to get information on what to invest in. And they give us great information. And of course, what everyone's talking about right now is the stock market is way, way too high and it will not sustain itself. Eventually, it will come down. Then we also know there's inflation going on, right? I mean, I just here in Texas, we're almost at $3 a gallon for gas, which is really high for Texas. Texas is usually lower in the nation. So we're seeing gas prices going up. Absolutely, groceries. I'm noticing it a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I'm noticing a lot in groceries. Then we have the supply chain problem right now. We have over 70 boats, ships outside of the Port of Angeles in California. We have more on the eastern seaboard. They're not able to get the goods off the boats. And so also in China, they're not allowing them to leave that many leave because they have so much COVID restrictions there. And of course, we get a lot of our stuff from China, right? So there's just so many things that we were feeling like we should be prepared. We don't know what we're preparing. Maybe we don't need it, right? But it wouldn't be better to be prepared and not need it than not be prepared and need it. So whether it be a bad another storm and the power goes out or whatever, we are going to prepare 3 months worth of food. Now you can go out and yes, you can buy the packaged dry food, and we did that when we were full time RVing because we would boondock a lot. We were out where there's no power or water or anything like that. But we tasted a couple of them and they were not very good. And of course, we're used to eating really good food. So it's really hard, but if you were starving, dehydrated food wouldn't be that bad, right? So what I was doing was I was cruising around YouTube looking for people that are doing this, and I came across this woman who is a Mormon, and of course the Mormons have been doing this for a long time. They're probably the most prepared, other than the Amish, if a power grid went down. But her way of doing it really impressed me because it made so much sense. Because she said, one day I just looked. She had a family of like six. She said one day I looked at everything I had. And it's just a lot of beans and rice and dry goods and everything. There was no rhyme or reason to it. she's like, could I make a meal out of this that my family would actually enjoy? So it made her rethink the way that she stores food. And so I'm going to show you what she showed me, and this is what I'm doing. So the first thing I did was I wanted to have variety. So I want to have only eat the same meal once every 2 weeks. And so I did 14 recipes, and I did them on recipe cards because what happens if there's no power? You can't get your computer and access all that stuff. So good old recipe cards, right? So I have recipe cards with the ingredients on them, and I have 14 recipes. So that means that we will not eat the same meal until 2 weeks later. And then what I did is, of course, I had to pick out recipes that I could make on a camp stove or something like that. If the power's out, we're going to have the barbecue, we're going to have a propane camp stove, and that's it to cook on. The other thing was, we're so used to fresh fruits and vegetables. So we have a garden, and we don't know what time of year. That might happen in the middle of winter, might have nothing in the garden or very little, or you guys that live up in the north, you're not going to have it. So I did want to have some vegetables. It's going to have to be canned vegetables. Now, here's the thing that was really important was that we are protein eaters. A lot of people will say, well, if you were vegan, you eat beans and rice, you wouldn't need to have all this protein, but we don't do well on that. We've tried that many years ago. Our bodies don't like it. And so we are people who need protein from meat sources. So what was interesting what this woman said was that it's hard to find canned meat that tastes good. I was thinking, oh yeah, that probably is true, unless it's tuna or chicken or something. So she canned all her own meat. So what I am going to do, and this is what she suggested, is go on eBay and look for a canner, and they're way less expensive on eBay because a nice canner is like 150 bucks. And I'm going to can some meat. And so this allowed me to have more selection in our recipes. And of course, I'll can some chicken. And so that is going to be the protein source, other than, yes, we do have some meals with beans. I do like beans. I just can't eat them very often. My guts don't like them. So we are going to have some of that. And we are going to have some powdered eggs. And actually, powdered eggs don't taste half bad, which is good. So there's some options there. And I'm going to put a link here when I'm done on for a website that I found that has a lot of cool stuff, like canned butter that lasts for like 5 years. So things like that are really good to have on hand. So what I am going to do then is I'm going to make my meals based around the recipes that I have. And then they will be put in I'm getting some these plastic tubs, or I don't know what you call them, but containers that you can put quite a bit of stuff in. And we have room like in our master bedroom closet, and we have some room underneath our linen closet, in the spare bathroom. And then what I'll do is label everything. Some things will last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Dry food will last a lot longer. And then of course the canned meat will only last a year. So what I'll have to do is, once I have this done, is I will have to go a year from now, and I'll have to go through everything and see what we need to eat, and then replace it, what we need to eat, and then look at everything else as it comes up to be expired. We'll have to eat it. But if it's food that we like, then we can eat it. See, that's the thing. If you're buying all this dried, dehydrated food and you don't even like it, you're not going to want to eat it unless you're in an emergency. So I came up with meals that are meals that we like and that we would eat and that we would feel satisfied with, that we wouldn't be like just choking food down because we don't have any food in the house. So that's how I'm doing it. Now, my daughter, who is much more computer savvy than me, I don't do Excel spreadsheets. So she put this all up on an Excel spreadsheet for me. She broke it down. And so what she did is she took the recipes. And of course, we're going to be eating that one particular recipe twice in a month. So you multiply that times 3 months, that's 6 times. So she took the ingredients and she multiplied them all out by 6, and we got them on a spreadsheet here. So I went to Costco the other day. You can see my scribbling on here. I was pricing out some things, the canned goods, and seeing what they were per price and how many you had to buy. Because some things I'm going to need more of, like chicken broth is a big one, tomatoes, stuff like that. And so I'm pricing out Costco. I'm pricing out the dollar store. Canned goods, and they have brand names a lot of times, are and you look at the expiration on them, and they're just the same at the grocery store. So I'm kind of checking out all these different places where I can get these items. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with probably a month's worth of food, and then see how much that is, how much volume it is, to make sure I have room for 3 months of food. And so that's what I'm going to do first, is go out and get, except for the meats, because I'm going to have to can those myself. And then that's going to be probably a couple weeks down the road before I get a canner and everything. And I've been looking for meat on sale, so that I can get it. I found some the other day. Meat is getting very expensive as well. So I found some the other day. It was on sale. So I grabbed that, threw it in the freezer. So I'm just kind of hunting around right now and looking. But this is a way, if you're interested, I mean, you could just start off with a couple weeks, right? Maybe just do 7 meals and then repeat those 7 meals, and then store those meals that you would have for 14 days. There's just so many things that could happen. We live in a country where there's tornadoes and there's hurricanes and there's earthquakes and snow, getting snowed in and blizzards and all this stuff. But the supply chain really concerns me most right now, because we're starting to see things that are not available. And of course, we've seen this with the chips for the cars and the computers and all this stuff, but we're starting to see it now with food that comes in from other countries. And so, again, growing a garden is great. And we do have winter vegetables going in, because we're in Texas and we have pretty mild temperatures. We get to grow garden all winter long. And when it snows, we have a cover for it, a netting that keeps the snow off the plants. But for you guys living in the Northeast, you don't have that option. So I just wanted to share with you guys what we're doing. Couple of people asked me to share again how I'm doing the food prepping. And so I wanted to share with you how I'm doing it, and in a way that I think is really practical and makes a lot of sense to me, that we'll be eating food that's healthier, even though it's canned. A lot of it is canned, but I can buy organic, right? I can buy organic tomatoes and things like that. And then if we do have an opportunity to have the garden, available, we can do the fresh fruit and fresh vegetables. I don't need fruit. Then we will be able to have some fresh stuff in. But at the same time, it feels good. It feels really good just to be prepared and have that in the home in case something happens. So I just encourage you guys to consider it. And with everything that's going on right now, it's just kind of a snowball effect with the financial markets, the shipping, the stock market, the mandatory everything. I mean, we don't want to be stuck, with another toilet paper run, for instance, and be able to have things for your family. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I'd love to hear if you're doing anything like this, or if it kind of prompts you.
Right. So that one, I remember when I put it up as well, because I've put up a few ones with food shortages over here. Because even I went to Iceland the other day, and I went looking for spinach, and there was no spinach on the shelves, or the shelves look kind of scanty in Iceland. Now the lady said it was down to delivery. Anyway, the next day I went to go and get something else, and it was scanty again. So to me, there is telltale signs in certain places. I mean, like it's picking up on the cues sometime. Um, when you think it's normal, it's not. Not only that, there are, instead of going to the big shops, you can go to the little Indian man them and pick up small, because they do have some cheap stuff in there on sale as well, and you can pick up quite a few. I've seen people buy cases of stuff from the Londis, from different places. To me, I've seen people buy shopping together, split it up. Right, so things are possible. You know what I mean? It's a possibility in certain ways. Now I was looking for Vasco Stevenson's stuff on all of this, because to be honest, Vasco Stevenson has been talking about this for a long time. This is not a new thing. This is not an old thing. I mean, I've had conversations with people from the Americas, like I said, particularly my friend. This is already being foretold already what is going to happen. Um, Alex even said, "Wow, it happened quicker than he thought." Um, there is going to be a lot of stuff. There was supposed to be a time when people will not be able to leave their houses. They will not be able to go out. For whatever the reasons is. I feel it will be craziness on the road personally. We are seeing a lot of things happening crime wise going on streets as well. That's very telling. People are going into supermarkets, scooping up foods from shelves, taking all the expensive stuff, obviously. They say it's drug people that's doing it. There was people doing that. There's people really literally going into shopping markets, supermarkets, any type of supermarket, scooping up, taking all sorts of things. So I will say yes, follow the stockpile thing. Yeah, now as Sniper said on one of the posts, they were saying that how you mustn't hoard food. They were saying that you mustn't hoard food. Sniper said that. Was it yesterday on the post? They was saying that. Now it seems like it's okay. You can do it. Now, before there was a problem with the toilet paper. Every time you went to the shop around that particular time, which you already said, toilet paper was not seen. People go in and buy toilet paper. People stockpiling oils, going in buying loads of bottled oils. You see it all on social media where they were having all these oils on stock on top of their cabinets. Hi, ghetto child, on top of their cabinets where they were storing it. There was people selling stuff on Amazon. Literally, they're stockpiling, selling stuff. This was going on. Now, like I said, when people are just talking in general and saying, doing forums and saying, yeah, you need to do prepping. Yeah, you need to do this. When it comes from the government, it hits differently for some reason because people's been knowing this. Not only that, like I said, the alert seemed like it was going to go into something else, and it seemed like that has happened. I don't know when I did that video. I can't remember when I posted that video. I think I posted it when the emergency alert came out, and there's a lot of people that was opting out of it, and then it still somehow got through the opt out. So I believe that when the sirens goes off, there's been noises going off for a while anyway. There's been sewage in Thames water recently. Floodings in Dubai. Tyranny in Gaza. Tyranny in Congo. Have I got everything? I can't remember. I think I've got most of them. Though I haven't spoken about it, I think I have seen stories from Congo. Now, during certain times, the women is always the weakest link because things happen during that time. There have been other communities on here talk about protecting women and all this stuff. Well, in theory, it's all I'm talking about in theories. When the actual things happen, I used to tell one of my baby fathers, used to save your breath when you need it. All that hitting the chest, fluctuating of the chest, you need to save that for when it is needed, because that's when your strength is going to be more needed. Now, Fundi Fee is a very good example in the Americas. I think she lives in Texas, of growing plants, doing stuff for yourself. She has literally been feeding her community off of her gardens and stuff like that. So it just needs a hub. I would say there's many hubs. There's one in down Bellingham, where they're growing stuff. This lady moves around. I know this. I kind of know the lady. I don't know her. I have highlighted her community garden allotments. But remember, there was also a video that came out where the old man was explaining that even though people be growing, people will be climbing over the gardens and stuff and taking vegetables and stuff from the gardens. I imagine that's another theory. You have to figure out how you're gonna keep safe your family when you're living in a residential area, because one time somebody in our area breached and came through the gardens of the houses. So you have to know how to keep your house safe, your safety of your house, safety of the people in the house, i.e. children, women, girls, whatever, because that is the biggest thing, right? Fundi was saying, what you do, you take a stick, you practice with a stick, you learn self-defense with that. That's one way to do it. Being that she's a Qigong master, she actually is very good for certain information when it comes to survival. There's quite a few people that's on here that is doing survival things. It's just putting it into practice, being practical with it. That's why I would say to people, you need to eat in moderation. Like sometimes I eat in the morning, sometimes I don't eat in the morning. I have times where I do eat a lot. Sometimes it's regulating your body, because you never know what's going to kick off. With children, it's harder because children get hungry. Regulating the children, young children particularly, on eating, not saying starve them out like certain people be doing on here, on the YouTube streets. Regulating your children. Like, I have a fussy eater, so I think she kind of would be all right to a certain levels. People are homeschooling as well. I met a mother. She have 5 children. I can't remember how many children she has. She homeschooled her children until they were able to go to school. So she's very much, I would say, functional on certain stuff. Then there was a thing of using gold. So buying gold was one of the things, gold, silver, because that would be the exchange. It would not be money. Google, certain things will happen with the Google. Right. And I was told really after a while to stop talking about it. My friend basically told me to stop talking about it because people won't listen. Obviously, like when you are the content creator, etc., which I hate the word content creator, certain information you are allowed to put out on here, but they see it as something information. They'll put something underneath the video saying like a fact checker, which they do have on Facebook, etc. They'll put out things that are distractions, and I have been distracted for a lot of times. I am not gonna lie. That's why I started to look at other things, because psychologically, because even I sometimes lose the mark too, so I ain't gonna even play on this one. You lose the mark on certain stuff because you get swept up on certain stuff. That's why I started to looking at personalities disorder, because there will be levels of this. There's a lot of mental health around us as a people. Doesn't matter what part of the world you live at. Coming together is a whole something else. Yes, I do have people that I know that are in other countries. I know people in London, England, and other parts, but it's just trying to keep that levels of communication to know that your friend is all right on the other side of the world. I've made friends with people, lost friends, seen friends that have passed, seen them on Facebook, passed away. So, yes, you can say give your friend a break, which I have done. Give your friend a break. But then you might need that friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's levels to all of this. Having a trusting friends. Because through certain times you're gonna need them. We're all gonna need each other at one point. You have to unite. There's a part in V for Vendetta where you see they're all dressed in the, I think it's the Scream mask, and they're standing in front of Parliament. And they're making, I think they're either making the sign or they're making the whatever to overthrow, well, seem like a revolution. Now, I spoke about Fred Hampton, I spoke about others who have tried to make revolutionary moves and been cut down in the past. These are the times where like people need to be on their P's and Q's. We've seen it with Katrina and other things. And to me, I feel like if you are in contact with people, I know I'm not the best at communication myself. Okay, so as much as I communicate very well on YouTube to a certain extent, I am not the best. Yes, I'm not the best. But I'll tell you one thing, I will check on people now and again. Like when needs be. If my mind says to me, go and say hello to that person and see how they are, I do it. That's one thing I do for once. I keep checks on people. Yes, I have subby friends outside of YouTube. I do talk to people outside of YouTube. I have a few friends. You could call them colleagues, but they're friends. And I don't, unlike other people and like mummy sector wise, as you know, I'm not even going to mention the name. I do actually contact people, but I don't contact them for financial reasons. I just contact them to talk to them generally, see how they are. Even if like we say hi to each other, to me that's all good because I know that the person's okay on the other side. It might not be deep conversation or whatever. So I feel that that's one of the ways in which people need to engage with people. Even if a person don't talk to you for ages, it doesn't mean to say that the person dislikes you or what. Or you just do is say hi. Are you okay? Are you all right? If you haven't seen them, are you okay? Like numbers of time I've put out things because I don't see people in chats or whatever. I check on them, right? So even though we are talking about all this government alert and what's going on with the government and the stockpiling, people have been doing this, have been checking out their sovereignty, have been checking out what they can do, the laws, all sorts of things. Yes, Nature Boy effed up on certain stuff because you can actually live in nature. You can. You literally can. West Indians do this on a day-to-day basis out in the West Indies. They live in nature. Then because you're in the West, it doesn't mean to say you can't live in nature and being in residential situations. No, there is no limits to this, right? It's just meeting the right person who's on the right frequency with you and you with them, and you can get things moving. You have to let's know that how in times of crisis, that's when you will see who your friends are. Okay. I'm not being blasé about it. All right. It's all in good coming up on here telling you this and that and the other and the other and the other. It's down to the individual at the thing. You don't have to know lots of shit to be on the same frequency or whatever understanding. Once we understand each other, it's cool. Now, another thing I will say, right, yes, watching movies, you will learn a lot about what's about to come, what will be here, all that stuff. It kind of gives you a time span to what is what. Because some of these filmmakers, they have downloads and they will tell you what is going on. If you listen to certain people on here, you get an idea of how detrimental it's going to be to you as a person because people get violent, etc., etc. Okay, right? So I'm not going to say that, yeah, it's going to be a bed of roses. No, it's not going to be a bed of roses, right? It's going to be very horrible, bloody, however you want to put it. Okay, to be real with you, right? Not cutting ice on that one. If you are in contact with me and you have ideas of how we can help each other, you don't have to be no whatever, whatever. Yes, I can formulate stuff on, I can make groups and stuff like that, but even making groups and that, people fall out. So if you are in contact with me off this YouTube here, we can make contact that way and we can have a conversation no matter how long the conversation is. Yes, I am all ears, you know what I mean? I might need a kick up the arse every now and again. I do have, I have a friend actually. She's not even my ex-friend still. She used to kick me up the arse once in a while. You need a friend like that to kick you up the arse and tell you, look, you need to get this done, get this done. I have my daughters, they do that as well. They kick me up the arse. Well, like I said, in time of war is when you most need your strength. So men, save your energy for when you need it, when you need to wheel what you need to wheel. Practice your self-defenses, groups, whatever. You need a good leader. You don't need one that's going to lose its head and turn on its head and start being a, what you call it? I forgot the word. Right. So in times of crisis, this is when you will see who your friend and who's your enemy and who's your this and who's your that and who's your this. When you're gathering, you'll know who is this and who's your that and who's your this. Some people has left the country and in different parts of the world already. Some people have moved into countrysides. Some people are, I mean, even my neighbor that was here just the other day, they left and they've left London. London is very expensive at present now. Inflation is rampant over here. Crime rampant over here. As I showed yesterday, a little bit of it. If you was in the live yesterday, you'll see how crazy it is. Now, when I see a motorbike, I really do not take chances. And this is all part of it because they're going to be more rampant around the place when all this kicks off. So therefore, I say be on your P's and Q's. Tell your daughters to look after themselves, sons look after themselves, whatever you got to do, okay? So I don't even know whether anybody wants to come up and speak. You can indicate by letting me know, and I'll put the link out and you can have the stage for a while. I don't mind giving you the stage. So let me put the thing out. I don't want to just listen to my own sound of my voice. Okay. I wish Alex was here as well because he's always full of predictions as well. Because we need ones like that. We need the oracles to let us know what's before us before we get there. Whether you believe in tarot, magic, whatever. It's neither here nor there. We need the oracles. We need the warriors. We need the nurses. We need the herbalists. We need all those people. There's no end to how people talk about villages and then they do the whole opposite of it. I've been saying this for years. And that's one of the reasons why I drew back from the conscious community, because I see that that was one of the problems, the unity part. Everybody wants to be the big man. Now, like I said, this is needed. Instead of marching up and down, obviously try and get rights for the people, rights for the children if something happens in your state, your community. Yes, I'll say yes, use the law, use the council, use whatever's going on. Right? We talk about autistic children, or the autistic children's going to have it harder during these times as well. Schedule's going to be all off. All sorts of things going to be going crazy. So I say no, you're right, because even now, some of the things we need to know. When all these alerts kicks off, what are you going to do? Okay. So I don't know whether anybody wants to come up and say anything. If not, I will come off and I'll leave it right there. Carry on commenting in the comment section, telling me what you think. I think Kin Zombie said that she was also getting extra tins of food from shopping when buying stuff. She's in the Americas. There's another person who spoke in the comment section. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to talk. Let me show what they say. We gotta stockpile on. Though I said it about 3 times, but you know, sometimes you need to say it just an extra time. So I'm gonna look and see. Right. So we're going to go through the list of stuff, what they said that we should have that is really important, including the baby pampers, hand sanitizer, let's get a bigger screen so we can see this clearly. Okay, let's get a bigger screen. Okay. Yeah, I think I've done it right. Do I need to change again? I don't know. Change again. All right. Let's take this off on. Okay. So the list, what you should have in an emergency kit. List emergency contact numbers. This should be a paper copy in case your mobile loses power. A battery operated torch, spare batteries, or a wired up torch. Battery operated radio, spare batteries, or a wired up radio. Any essential medication, a first aid kit, 3 days supply of bottled water, a ready to eat food that won't go off. Copies of important documents such as insurance policy, birth certificates, keep these in waterproof bag. Pencils, paper, pen, knife, whistles, spare keys to your home car, spare glasses or contact lenses, baby and pets supplies. Let me see what they put on their website to add to it. Let me see what they put on their website. Okay, so they added more stuff to their website. So we're going to add to this one. I'm going to take this one off and we're going to get to the Gets Prepared one. Right. So if you haven't done this already, which I'm sure most people have already got this already on tap already. So work out the best escape route from your house if there is a fire. What should you do if your home floods? If you live with others, discuss it. Decide on a meeting point for situations. I've heard people doing that. I'm trying to find what else you need to put in to the box. So this is the escaping route, printable house, emergency stuff. Okay, that's not the one I want. Let me see if it's got the other one, the other parts. This must be it. That's the same one. Okay. Yeah, this is it. I found it. Okay, let me put this up. So this is continuous from the list that was already put on my community board. So Put together an emergency kit of items at home. This include, like I said, wind up torch, portable power bank, battery wind up radio, spare batteries, first aid kit, including items such as waterproof plasters, bandages, thermometer, antiseptic eye wash solution, sterile dressing, gloves, medical tape, dressings, tweezers, hand sanitizer, wet wipes for hygiene purposes when the water is off. Bottled water, there is no standard figure for these emergencies as varied in how many people use different amounts, a minimum of 2.5 to 3 liters of water per person per day is recommended by the World Health Organization for survival. 10 liters per person per day will make you more comfortable by also providing for basic cooking hygiene needs. Additional water might be needed to make a baby formula, medical devices for pets. Non-perishable food that doesn't need cooking, such as ready to eat tin meat, fruit, vegetables, tin opener. As with water, how much you need will vary based on your own circumstances. Don't forget food for pets. Baby supplies such as nappies, baby formula, ready made, or ready to feed formula is best as you may not be able to boil water. Rather than buying all the items all at once, you could just add to your emergency kit when you are able to build it over time. So consider what supplies you and your household might need during an emergency lasting a few days, which Vasco did actually talk about, such as power cut, water outage, or situations where you're advised to stay at home and leave your home for safety reasons. It can be helpful to keep these items in one place in your home, ideally somewhere easy to find it if the lights ain't working. If you are escaping your home due to fire, you should not take anything with you at all. You should ensure you have enough of medication you need to keep you from going for several days. Pack a few essential items in car boot to make sure you are ready in case of getting stuck in wintry weather. This can include a torch in a car, charger, warm clothes, blankets, high visibility clothing, jump leads, food, drink, a shovel for snow. It can also be helpful to keep a first aid kit in the car. So that's what they're saying that is needed, which I'm sure some, like I said, repeating, and I'll be repeating it over. Some people probably have already done this already, or probably needs to do this, or something. So, like I said, that's okay, Christine. So basically, I just thought I'd highlight more of what I was talking about yesterday, because as the government now is talking, getting people ready for whatever their mess ups. So I feel there's nothing else to be said about this, but oh, hi, Alexander. I'm looking for Vasco's radio station so that people can actually listen to him. Because he actually has been on it for ages. See. No, he's not on there today. But I'm gonna put in the link for One Harmony Radio. Let me get to the home and I'll do it. Right now they're playing music right now. Hi Alex, hold up, let me just do this. So this is One Harmony Radio where Vasco Stevenson be talking. Because I can't find none of his stuff to which he was talking about. So that either they striked his stuff or something. They must have striked his stuff. Now let me take this off and I'll show you Vasco Stevenson's. Hi, Miss Wise. I'll show you Vasco Stevenson. He's one of the elders of the community over here who talks a lot about the white hats, as he refers to them. He calls them the white hats. He don't call them the powers that be. He calls them the white hats. He gives them all other names. He's been talking about this for a very long time. This is not new. This is not new news. If you know of Vasco Stevenson, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So this is One Harmony where he does be on a Sunday talking. I think as far as the Americans possibly can hear him. Right now they're playing reggae music right now. But the main important thing is getting together and getting the stockpile. Yes, he calls them the white hats, yes. So Vasco has been talking about this for a long time because I was listening to him. I've been listening to him in and out. I have listened to him steady. I did put up his video. They striked it. They took it down. But I don't know about the white hats. Oh, he meant he doesn't say the elites. He calls them the white hats. That's how he talks about them. So Vasco is an elder in the conscious community. He's been around for years. I used to hear about Vasco for years. Vasco goes on places like Auntie Jean. There's a Auntie Jean Africa market, which is digital. He talks on there. I remember playing it one time and they took it down. He was breaking down a lot of stuff pertaining to Denver, the Denver airport, different places. He was breaking down information on a lot of, I can't even remember, but he was breaking down a lot of stuff. Oh, it's Alex, hold on. He was breaking down information on a, hi Alex, hi. He was breaking down information. Right, he was breaking down information to a lot of stuff, which is probably similar to what Alex be talking about as well. So Vasco comes on One Harmony Radio. It is digital now. It used to be on. Look at all Alex's hair. I see all your hair. Big afro.
Oh.
I thought you had.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't. No, I had braids. I just loosened up yesterday. I braided and the end of this week I will braid it back again. Just braid. Corn roll.
Yeah, cornrow, yeah. Yeah. Well, I know a few people will be happy to see you. Oh, where's he going? Is that me or is that you? Is that me? You're going in and out. Is it me? Could be me. Yeah. But hopefully he'll come back. So Vasco, if you tap into One Harmony Radio, you should on a Sunday, I think it is. on a Sunday. Now, what this is making me think, I have to go tap into my friends now and find out what's going on. Are they thinking about stocking or have they stockpiled? I know Christine said she has. I think Miss Wise says she has. Somebody else said they had. Can't even think who it is. Can't think who it is. When Alex do come up, I'm gonna let him take the stage as well because he have a federal information on all this stuff too. Wherefore, if I go quiet, it's because I've gone off and do something, or my daughter's talking to me or something. But we are definitely at a time of yeah, it's one of those times. Everything what was spoken about by this conspiracy theories, everybody's saying, "Oh, they're talking nonsense. They're talking foolishness." Hold on, let me add you back. Got you.
Yeah, with that,
Yeah.
I was kicked off. They kicked me. I don't know what happened. I didn't touch nothing. I just got kicked off.
No, I think my Wi-Fi is dodgy on this side. My because on my laptop, innit? Because when I'm on my phone, it's more steady, innit? I'm on my
Yeah,
laptop.
I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone
Oh,
now. Uh, Yeah,
okay.
I've been using my phone for a long time now. Yeah, I'm on my phone. My laptop is too weak. It cannot handle the software of the StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah, it really plays up, and then it gets really hot on the streamer. I think that's all. I think because they want you to upgrade it and stuff. I'm not upgrading nothing. I'm
Oh,
not upgrading nothing
yeah.
because I don't need all the overlays and all that. I can create my stuff, so it's fine. Yeah, yes, Christine. He calls it the white hats. That's what Vasco calls them. He's been calling them that for years. Before that craziness, which I'm not
Yeah.
going to mention because they will go after the channels when you mention certain stuff. It's ridiculous, and I need my channel to stay up. To be honest, um, um, so yes, that's what he called it, the white hats. He's always been saying that. One time I did record a session that he did on Auntie Jean Africa Market. If you need the links to the Africa Market, sometimes she has good things. She had a whole chief from I think he was from St. Lucia. St. Lucia. And he was talking about something because something happened in St. Vincent or St. Lucia where they was moving the old people out and stuff like that. They do have good information on there sometimes. Sometimes they talk a bit revolutionary. They can be a bit cliquey on there. Let me just warn you now. But if you want the links, I will send people the links, and you lot can go join their Zoom, and you lot can go and sit in on that. Sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you just like if it's not beneficial, you just tap out in it, like with most things. So I know Alex have some predictions pertaining to this because I saw what he was writing yesterday afternoon. Do you know I wasn't meant to go on yesterday because I've been feeling unwell from that other day. So I just quickly came on, and then my daughter came in because I try not to be on when my daughter's coming from work or stuff like that. So hold on, let me put it on to people. Let's take Vasco off.
Oh,
And huh?
all right. I just
so
listening.
yeah. So I was yeah. I wasn't meant to be on yesterday. That was just because I saw it, and I know me, I'll forget, or I'll put it on schedule, and something stupid happen, and then I end up not doing the live. That's why I just thought, you know what, let me just do a couple minutes of the live and speak my mind and get it out there. And if I have to do a part two, I just do a part two, basically, because that keeps happening, innit? Because some of my stuff fall behind. So, what do you think of this then, Mr. Sharman?
Well, yeah, no, interesting that the guy, I don't know the guy that you show off, the page of the guy. I don't know him. But I do know about the white hat. I know few people has been talking about it. It's not one people or person. Is this was the Australian Special Forces from the beginning was talking about that the white hat has been taking control in Australia and doing underground clearing. There's a group behind the scenes basically that It goes back, I think, the time of Atlantis, and they really got well, yeah, from the time of Atlantis, and one of the times they went on the ground, they started working was when they killed JFK, and apparently JFK Jr. also joined them in 1999. I think when they tried to kill him, when he was running against Hillary Clinton for the senator of New York. He went on the ground with his wife and the wife's sister. So the information I got, he's behind the 17th letter of the alphabet. Um, and Princess Diana is also alive. He's also part of the Q team, the 17th letter of the alphabet. Um, if you look at Diana burial ground, John F. Kennedy Jr. burial ground, and JFK. And if you look even at Michael Jackson, the burial ground, you will see a Q sign, Q form. That's referring to they went to on the underground group, and they're gonna come back out when the time is right. But they're being how we say they have a lot of knowledge of what has been going on, so they've been spilling the beans on the other side, and white hat with other ETs. Seems like the raptors. You have the raptors. They're like the dinosaur beings, but they're smart, telepathic. Their queen got a vision. If you don't align with the humans, they don't stand a chance. So they've been helping the humans to rescuing children in underground facilities around the world. There's still war going on the ground, but what I understand, a lot of the reptilians um, has gotten the information to get off the planet. They have a lot have gone or how do you say have left the planet, but there's few that still they are stay behind, and they're gonna get vibrated afterwards because the energy is going up. So the ones that stay behind are gonna get barbecue, and so the major Draco reptilians has left the planet already. They got the information they have to leave, otherwise they're gonna deal with the consequences. And we are dealing with now is the hybrid reptilians, with their not fully, but they're half human, half reptilians. They can shapeshift. Those are the ones we're dealing with right now, but slowly, every one of them are gonna get exposed. You see, all of this has to happen for the awakening of the people on this planet. Because let's say Trump wins and say, the thing was, the election was stolen 2020, and he went after the people one time. The one that with the Vatican is involved, servers in Germany, the Da Vinci satellite, they went deep. They went to Italian court. So if Trump went at that time with his evidence that he had and jail the people, the whole media would portray him as a dictator, and the media control most of the people's brain. So it will cause a civil war in US basically. So he wanted to avoid that. So he let Biden go in, let him destroy, you can say basically destroy America for people to see who's who. Now there's some people with short memory. They say, oh, Trump come back is gonna um cause World War. We're gonna go in World War and shit. I'm like, Trump was already in office 4 years. There was no war. Now apparently he's gonna come again and he's gonna do war. No, he's fighting the deep state. Trump didn't want to run. Trump is good. Yes, he's a billionaire, but he was asked to run by the military. So he's backed by the good military, because you have also a section of the military which is controlled by the satanic part, and that is worldwide. So there's a worldwide operation happening with the white hats, and they're not working alone. They're working with other. There's not only the white hat. Apparently, you have also they call it the rat hats. The gray hat, the white hats are like they let things happen. The rat hats are like the assassination part of it. They want to go in and kill all the people, the pedophile. They want, but they are on hold. Let me put it. They want to just kill everybody. Which is the pedophiles then, but there's a section of assassination of that group. Don't know much about them, but just what I know is that everything is happening as it should, and this year a lot of things are going to be happening. A lot more are going to come to the light this year and next year. So you're going to be seeing more people getting exposed, like Diddy and Drake, all the music industry, actors, all of it is going to be exposed, and people also in the government. It's going to be hitting mainstream media. So just stay with your energy on top. I experienced also this other thing, this timeline shift happening too. This timeline. Last week I experienced a timeline shift. I don't know if everybody experienced that, but there was a timeline shift too. So there's a lot of things happening. But anyway, what I know is what they do with the timeline, just know it's gonna be auto corrected by source. So whatever they do is gonna backfire on them. So don't fall into fear. Keep focusing on yourself. Keep your energy high. Grounding is key. Grounding is key. Keep your energy grounded so you can help assist people around you. Yeah, work on your temple. See what you put in your temple. Bless the food. I see Chris Hutchinson. Yeah, they put the Galactic Federation of Light. Apparently, that was infiltrated. I have connection with a person that has I'm friends with a person that has connection with the inner earth being of inner earth. Um, in few, they say also the energy things are moving faster than they thought of. So I think in 3 years, for example, we're gonna be meeting our galactic sister and brother. They've been waiting for us, but they will wait for us to reach a certain level because the people inside of Earth, which is very advanced, they don't want anything to do with us because it's very hostile, you know. But when we get to a certain maturity level, enlightened level, which is 2027, is an enlightened year for the whole world, then I can see that we are gonna have like galactic contact with our brother and sister. But yes, the Galactic Federation of Light I heard was infiltrated, not sure. But the one that is sound is Earth Alliance. Earth Alliance that I've heard they are also working on our side with the humans, with the Q team. So it's not only the humans, you have good ETs working with the humans, going against the ETs. They're working behind the scenes. Now when everything is gonna come to the light, I don't know. While um, more these things, more three-dimensional things gonna come out, they're gonna have market crash. This especially in September, I think, which is the double A. But I can see next year more and more of the horror things coming out. That's what's happening behind the scenes, and maybe by end of next year, going to 2026, 7, we're gonna have new technology coming out, which is going to be benefiting the humanity. Medical technologies, which is based on sound and frequency, which is the MedBed. They have been working on it behind the scenes. That's also going to come out. There's three type of MedBed, which we are not going to need no pharmaceutical industry, no doctors, no those type of things. All of it is going to fall. So where we're going right now, everything that is corrupt is going to be exposed and fall and prepare the humanity for a new beginning, which is going to be 2026. So let's say this year we're going to be, next year especially, we're going to be, the humanity has to let go of everything, which is people and things that no longer serve us. We have to let go and then prepare for the new energy coming in, which is 2026. But this year is all about eight, it's all about power. It's also a dragon year. So it's a green dragon, I think. Yeah, the green wood dragon. So this year has to do with empowerment. So you're gonna be challenging your empowerment. Do you feel empowered or do you give your power away to other people around you, you know? Do you speak up or do you hold back? Do you speak your mind, you know? So all of us going to be challenged. So this year there's more uprising is going to be happening worldwide. So just prepare for that. Or with if it's the uprising protest of the what's called the Israel Hamas, don't even go. The Israel Hamas bullshit. Basically, you just have to stop. Both of them are at fault. Israel also involved with Hamas. They're practically working together. There was a rabbi that came out and said that the whole thing that happened in Israel on the 7th of October 2023 was an inside job because when the thing happened, the military of Israel had a 7 hour stand down. Why? So you gotta have a stand down only if you want the things to get worse and worse, so you have an excuse to attack. So the whole thing was a setup. It was an inside job. The people were protesting before that thing happened. The Israeli people were protesting against Netanyahu, and the thing happened. It stopped. Now they started to protest again against Netanyahu. I don't know if they put showing that on the television there, but the people there are not happy with the Israel government. So there's a lot happening. There's going to be more worldwide protests against the corrupt government. So that I can tell you for sure. There's going to be more uprising. Well, um, yeah, with the Israel and Palestine, I wouldn't go to those type of protests. Just stay behind. Make sure you're good in your temple and your home, that you have food. If something go down, that you don't need to go out. That's about it. Yeah, there's an awakening happening on this planet for sure. Although people say the awakening is controlled by the elite. Yeah, right. The elite don't want us to awake. Don't want us to question anything. So the awakening is not happened by the elite. So yeah, expect more and more things to be coming out this year. Hey, so Emma, how you doing?
Yeah, cause I think that's one thing. I think after the eclipse thing, which everybody was saying wasn't real, but I did feel that there was a change and a shift of stuff. And yes, I do not do the Palestine thing. The Congo thing, I think, is more real because I mean,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not personally. Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
I saw the Congo. I saw the Congo is like, look, with Obama and Hillary Clinton involvement in Libya, the
mm,
country went to shithole. I saw black people there, the Muslim, extreme Muslim, have the black people in chain there with chain on their neck and shit and selling them. That's happening in Libya right now. And with Congo, I saw a sad video of, look, the whole thing. A lot of people don't know who do you think the Europeans went to Africa in the jungle and capture black people and then go to America sell them? No, it didn't happen that way. The Europeans just stay on the shore, and the own black people of African went through there and went after the weaker tribe, captured them, and sold them for bag of sugar and mirror to Europeans. But where do you think the European got that idea? From the Muslim. They were enslaving the African way before the European. That they forget to tell in school. And also in the 17th century, there were more white slaves being sold than the black slave. A lot of people don't know that. Those were the Irish. Yeah, the Irish were also treated as the black. I saw in America you had bar that says no dog, no black, no Irish. In Aruba, you didn't have those type of bullshit. But yeah, the whole slavery thing is still going on in Africa. I think now we have more slaves than we had in the past. In Congo, I saw a group of Africans enslaving other Africans, treating them as dogs in Congo to sell them and for them to mine. I saw that few days ago. So Congo, there's a whole shit happening there that nobody wants to mention or talk about. All the like the America, okay, America, Biden is talking right now, but I didn't hear England or France. Nobody there talking about what's
no,
happening.
no, no. People's talking about it over here because there's one called Shakara. Shakara went to the march that they had as well, and he also travels to and from Africa and does certain stuff in it. He's an activist in it, so a few people was talking about it. It wasn't really outwardly spoken in so many ways, right? It wasn't really spoken
Right.
outward, but there was some people who was talking about it. I just couldn't put it on my community tab because when I put them on there, they see my channel as a gossip channel, in it, right? Because when I was putting up the Nation of Islam, when they was talking about going to Ghana and stuff like that, because they was talking about about certain moves, in it, right? And I thought it was beneficial to some people in my community on my channel because there are some people who is around that is still who still wants to do certain stuff. But when I did put them on it, they said, "Oh well, it's not about gossiping or anything." And I was thinking to myself, have you looked at the channel to see what the channel is about? Just because you see the top of the top half of the channel is that the thing is that people don't look back on your past stuff, what you've spoken about. They always look at the recent stuff, what you talk about. So when they saw that, they was like thinking like I'm promoting it for different reasons. But Shakara, because when the Bob Marley thing came out, the movie, Shakara was also highlighting because he calls it I-80. He doesn't call it Haiti, he calls it I-80, right? And he was talking about it, and I wanted to play his video on here so badly, his stream, because some of the stuff he does tap into, I feel it's important for people to hear, to show that how people over here is not against, because there's this thing that, oh, it's division going on and all this foolishness going on. It's not the case over here with some people. Some people are actually there. And with the African thing, Shaka Bars, who is born from London, is over there right now with the orphans. He's been over there for I don't even know how long. He set up a place for the orphans to live in. They didn't get hit by the bombs though, because there were bombs flying. You literally see the orphans running to go to the place where he set it up. Then he went over to somewhere else and he went back to see the orphans. He was also feeding them, dressing them. There is a multitude of organizations in Africa who is from Africa. Some of them are being like kind of funded in different ways. So I have seen a few and I have put up their stuff, their links, but it's whether or not people hit the links or not, right? I, on the other hand, also on my social media platforms, I've asked people, I've got clothes here for babies, pencils, this and that. Let me know and I'll give it to you and you can give it to the orphans in Africa or whatever part, because there's street children in Africa too. The street children in India. There's all sorts going on, right? So I feel the video I saw was one also that God Mama played, which was the one where like they are walking on the seem like children. They're all like sandy red color, black skins are below them and they're walking above them. And there was another one where like you see a guy, he looked like he's a worker. He have them held those hats, those hard hats. So as he's gonna eat, he's taking the hard hat and putting the food in the hard hat to eat. All right, I've seen that one. Some of the videos I cannot put on here because YouTube does some stupidness and they want to zap you, right? And the video could be just like nothing, right? So basically those are the things that I've seen, and I know there is people working with the Congolese, Cote d'Ivoire, different parts of Congo, right? So but there is displaced people. There is on TikTok particularly, there was one where like there's some children who was in a tent. As the person goes towards them in the tent, you see the child scared for its life, scared, right? And so when I don't know if it's a man or woman enter, they show that it's a child that is by themselves, and they said that their father or someone got unalived or whatever, and so they're looking after each other. Another situation also popped up where grape was used as a weapon against a woman and her two daughters. The woman passed away, and there's people telling their stories on here. It's just that YouTube is not getting it. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube over here miss out on a great lot of things unless somebody sends you the video send you the link and you go look yourself. But what you're saying is true. Yes, some Africans did sell Africans to the Europeans, or as they, it is true. It is true, and it's very much over here. You can see there's Black Boy Street, all different things over here. The thing is over here, which is what I have highlighted a few times, was the racism side of it for me. Really is the thing that gets me over here, right? So those are the things I does bring forward, because on top of that, as you see, I talk about that mum as well a lot. But what I'm trying not to do now is bring her into the pot, because I want to see how really genuine the viewers are, who is here. Like, are you genuinely here? Because when the subject matter change, when the subjects change, especially when it's to do this, like stockpiling, prepping, grounding. Some people are very spiritual, don't talk about it. Some people are very in tune, don't talk about it. Dr. Amira is another one who also has been in the movement in the past, but now she's talking about she's in the mummy sector. She also is tapped in a few things. There's a lot of people that's on my chat right now is tapped into a few things, including Alex. All right. So it's just a matter of keeping community, because remember, there's some people who know stuff and they're normal. You know what I mean? They're not saying nothing, but they know stuff. You get me? So yeah, so you try to hit all manners of people you can get, right? And it's not that we're preaching to them, because there's no make no sense preaching to them. Some people learn in other ways, Alex. So that's one of my things, right? Because me, I talk to all people, all walks of life, right? So, and Rico, if Rico was around as well, he's another one who's a bit tapped in, but he's caught up in other things. So, so by we bringing the information, even your channel, when you bring information, though your channel gets hit, but the information still goes out. You know what I mean? The information still goes out. It doesn't matter who it gets to. It could get to anybody, even people who's not into numerology, people who's not into signs and wonders, but people are literally awake. They are awake. It's just this waiting, there's wokeness in different ways. And so so that's why right. Yeah, so that's why I'm glad you popped up, because then you can say what you want to say, and people who hear it. Who don't hear it, well, whatever. You can't save everybody. You can't save the world. You can just put it out there. I mean, it's in the matrix. You reach whoever's got to reach, in it.
Yeah, the one it reached, at least you planted the seed. Maybe they wouldn't understand that moment, but afterward, in the future, they were like, "Oh yeah, Oshin told me something. Now I know what she meant. Now it makes sense. So don't underestimate the power of planting a seed. Just no fear, because that's how they control you, with fear. This is just for awareness, just to know what's happening. That's it. And prepare. Now, what you said, the UK government says to prepare for something. Normally, you should just not listen to them, do the opposite. But I know they've been brewing for something, so it's good just that you have extra water or food at home, that you don't, if something happens, that you don't have to go on the street, you don't have to go outside, that you can stay safe in your home. That's the only thing, because in England is different than where I live here in Aruba. We don't have like a city. There's no city here. So there it will be different. I know in the US, what I heard is about 20 cities is gonna be going down, I think, starting this year. Do the immigration shit. So there apparently the people crossing over in the US and UK are part of the UN. They were trained by the UN. They're like what they call them. They're like Manchurian candidate, but they have another name for them, like sleeping some shit, sleeping sleep something, that they're gonna be activated, and then they will do their mission, and they dare to cause a bit chaos, basically. Hopefully that then doesn't happen, but I'm aware of it if it happens, if it happens. So that's the plan in America to bring with a bit chaos. They want order out of chaos, put the people go against each other so they can come with the martial law. Now, if we're gonna succeed with that, I don't know, just awareness. But that's the same thing that has been happening in UK. I've had discussion with people saying that no, the immigrants coming over is good. That although most of them are male, military age male men, so where are the lady, the women and children? Normally, I've talked with other people that say, oh, if you're in a war country, right, you have your wife and children, you're going to go with them to the other country. You're not going to leave them behind because the country is in war. So normally you will go with your wife and children, but these are all male coming over, and the excuse they use, they're going to come, settle in, and then they will check their wife and children. Maybe some cases are like that, but I don't think all the cases are like that. They're using it for a cover. So yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see with that. And they also say that it's gonna boost the economy from UK. I don't think so. It's not gonna boost it. That's another lie. In America, I know a big company fire all their employees to hire immigrants. Why? Cheap labor. They're gonna pay them less than what they have to pay a native or a person that has been living there in UK for a long time. They have to pay them more. They speak the language and all that, so they have to pay them more. But with the immigrants, they have to pay them less. So that is not going to boost the economy. That's another lie they've been pushing there all over. But we'll see. I think with everything that's happening, I do understand source. Um, for the awakening to happen on this planet faster, for people to really step into their power, so they say it's enough for this thing not to happen again. Sources leaving it, everything happened, everything is going to be happening is just to wake up the people. So it's just for the awakening, for it not to happen again. That's why everything is going to be happening right now. I saw in Germany article today, they decriminalize, or they, if you have child porn, they see it as a misdemeanor now. They downgrade it to misdemeanor. Like, really? So they're like, if they do that, that means they're, well, we know a lot of the people in the government are into those type of things. So, yeah, now you're seeing the government showing their true color. I know in England, yeah, England, UK, they wanted to, I know the BBC is also involved in human trafficking, child trafficking, sex trafficking. They wanted to start pushing the pedophiles, call them MAPs, minor attractive people. That's the correct way to calling them. Minor. You cannot call them pedophiles because you're hurting their feelings. So we have to call them that minor attractive people. But I'm not down with that. They're just pedophiles. Fuck them. They need to be castrated. That's why I'm on side with Putin. If you abuse children, or in that direction, physically abuse children, women, boys, you're going to be castrated. That's the law that should be implemented all over the world. So let's for that in Aruba. I don't know if they're going to do that in Aruba, but that's the way that you can stop abuse, child abuse, real fast by castrating them. And if they abuse a minor, I can go as so far death penalty. So that's how we're going to stop the pedophilia, because they want to push that. Look, the LGBTQ thing, I found out it's a Trojan horse for pedophilia, because you have gays also against the LGBTQ. I think there's a group on Facebook called Gays Against Groomers, because they see they're grooming the children, sexualizing the children. So yeah, um, You have to speak up. This year in the 8 is all about speaking up. Don't be afraid. Speak your mind. Be in your power. Don't back down. And more people I see this year is going to be speaking up and exposing what has been happening behind the scenes. You know, now Diddy, for example, I don't think Diddy is Diddy. Yeah, Diddy is called. I don't think he's going to be able to walk down the street now anymore. His whole reputation is damaged. So next one I think is Drake. All the music industry is most of them are gonna come down. The actors, people in all the high people are gonna be coming down, being exposed. People are gonna get shocked when they found out who these people really are. But it's all good. Anything to say, Austin?
Yeah, it's a time of awakening. That's what it is, isn't it? So it's a time of awakening. Sorry, people. I'm trying to make myself comfortable because I like to put the camera on so you can see how I do the hands and everything. Um um it's a time of awakening. It's a time of realizing a lot of stuff, and basically people's already been predicting this for a long time.
Yes.
This is just a confirmation of stuff. My grandmother, which I always talk about, she always used to say the Queen was wicked. She'd been saying that for years. My granny used to say that for years until when the woman passed away. She talked about Maggie Thatcher. She talked about everything else. Now,
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I know about the Queen from 2010. I found out that the Queen is reptilian. I told my family the Queen is not human. All of them thought that I went too far. But there's a lady also, the David Icke interview called Arizona Wilder. Arizona Wilder. All of you should look her up. Arizona Wilder. I think she was killed afterwards, but she was at the ritual with the Queen where they did the blood ritual, and she described the whole thing. Saw the Queen shapeshift and other members of the royal family, and I believe her. She was. I don't think she was talking bullshit. Arizona Wilder. I don't know if you heard anybody have heard of her.
I think
Look her
I've
up.
heard of her.
Arizona Wilder.
Yeah, I think I've heard of her. I think I might have. I think I might have seen her in passing on something. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because like you
Have you
said,
heard of her?
I think I might have heard of her. I think I might have heard of her. It's possible. It's possible. Because because
She
um
she
because
she
um
came out in the early 1990s.
was she the one who said that talk about the pardon me, the ritualistic stuff that was happening to her when she was younger with a young baby or something? I think it's the same one. I think it's the same one. Might be possible. But I look it up. I look it up because like you might say so. I might look it when I see the person, then I remember. But yeah, it's interesting because normally, like you say, people don't listen to the government. They
Hey
don't listen.
man, there's a lot of yeah. Do you see this? I gave a lot of videos, but I cannot post them because oh shit. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just blurry. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me? I can
Ah,
hear you.
yeah. There was a problem. I saw there was I don't know the connection.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I cannot post, but I'm looking at a video here. Apparently, there's a woman called Gabriela Rico Jimenez, a model who was invited to an elite party in South America. Yeah, South America. The Spanish model invited to elite party at a hotel in South America comes out screaming they are eating humans inside the party, eating
Hmm.
babies.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at the video right now. She's at the hotel screaming wild. Yeah. A lot of people
I,
don't know what yeah, the Queen is involved. the Dutch Queen too. Oh yeah, here's another thing. I don't know if you guys or ladies heard of this. I don't know when that's gonna come out. That the royals each year, the English, Spanish, Dutch, I think German also, the Monaco, all of them go to like Spain or France to a place like a retreat, the woods, and they do hunting party. They get orphan kids, they drug them, let them release around, let them release them naked, and they go and hunt them. That's their part. They do that. They've
That's
been
like
doing
Hunger
that
Games.
for years.
For Hunger
Yes,
Games.
like yeah. I don't. I never seen the Hunger Games, but I imagine it's something like that.
But
Yeah.
but but but, but someone did say that how it would be a case of that where like they would turn each part of each like here there's postcodes. So they turn each postcode into what is how it is in Hunger Games, where it'll be each child or something will be taken from each providence. There's a providence. There's a providence. Hold on, someone's knocking the blinking door. Hold on, I'll be a minute here. Back.
All right, it's all good. Let me see who's in the chat. Hey, so Emma, Brown Sugar, Planet, Mimi TV, Chrissy. Blessings, everybody. How y'all, everybody doing? It is Friday Eve. There was a storm here in the Caribbean. It rained at night. In the morning, early morning, it rained here hard, but it didn't rain much. Now it's heading to Puerto Rico. So I think Puerto Rico is gonna get big hit with the rain. Yeah. So hope everybody's doing well there. Chrissy, you're also in England. You're in UK, or you in the Caribbean?
Is that what did you say? Was you talking to me?
Oh no, I asked if Chrissy is also in the Caribbean or UK.
No, she in the UK.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she in the
That's cool.
UK. Yeah, she Christine is another one who's well up on stuff too. Because I've had conversation with her, and she's had downloads and stuff like that. Because to me, it's good to listen to people who have downloads and stuff like that. Because it fills you in on the. It's like, sorry, I like to work my hands. Sorry, you're gonna see me working my hands on this camera. All right. It's like it's a forwarding prediction before it happens. Like when Alex talks, he says a lot of stuff. At first he'll be like, "Oh my god, it's too much. I can't take it." But then it comes true, right? It comes true, and as you see, I'm an old lady, right? So to me, when he talks, he's teaching me something, right? When Christine talks, she's teaching me something. So even at first, I can't take it all in all at once because that's happened sometimes. And then somebody will talk, and then something will happen, and then I'll be like, "Wow, somebody said that." Or I have a deja vu moment. Like some people have deja vu moments. I have a lot of deja vu moments. Lots of dreams. I am a bit of a crone now. I'm in crone version now. So to me, um, um, I also feel things as well. But when you talk about feeling things and all this stuff, people think that how you're a bit crazy, a bit loopy, and a bit. Blah, blah, blah. So that's why when people like Alex comes on here, Rico, I think Ghetto Child was doing something. I don't think I've had him on my live on my panel. So Amma, she also does stuff. She channels Miss Wise as well. Even Miss Wise, when she talks, is something else as well. Lordship, right? So though these people will be talking like Lordship talks about Nature Boy and all that stuff and all that stuff. When you really talk to Lordship, he tells you he's like a bookman. He can list all these books. Alex comes from another realm. So what he does with the numerology, signs, predictions,
Yeah, I read numbers basically. Numbers and observation, what I know, or numbers and observation. Because I know this. Everything is not. I came to conclusion this reality that we live in is somewhat already planned, but not really. The future is undetermined. But nothing happened by coincidence in this reality.
yeah,
Nothing is by coincidence. So
yeah,
by
yeah,
by knowing that when something happens, look at it, see what you can learn from it, because it's teaching you something. That's basically it. Wherein the earth is a lesson. What I came to conclude is a lesson, and when we graduate here, we're like PhD in life. Like put it that way. Yeah. So it's just a lesson. Just know everything happens for a
yeah.
reason,
So,
and see what
so
you can learn from it, the good and bad. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, because that's one of the things that my gran used to tap into, you see, right? She used to say a whole lot of things, and people used to look up. Though my gran is who she was, she used to say a lot of things. My daughter's a little bit like that. My older daughter, I think my younger daughter's like that. So it's like a different thing. So whereas what certain things would be important to other people sometimes won't be as important to us, right, per se, because there's a bigger picture at hand sometimes playing at hand. It's just that how right you don't realize it until when somebody calls it out in numbers, something else, and then they bring it and it meets at a middle situation, and then you have a what's it? Aha situation.
Aha moment. Aha moment. Yes.
Aha moment. That's the one. And then after
Yes.
that, like me now, because a lot of the things projected, like I feel is important. I try to project the good and the bad, like the black excellence, certain stuff. But then mostly, yeah, the negativity will more feed in more than the other stuff. So this, what is spoken about, I feel is going to hit America. America's kind of going through it already. I feel personally, anyway,
Yes.
because they started the sirens, isn't it? They did the siren over there. Was hearing noises over there. They was hearing all sorts of things. Over here now, there's the sewage problem in the Thames right now. The sewage is near Brighton Beach. One side of Brighton Beach, there's a whole sewage situation going on near the pier, one of the piers. Right.
Yeah.
This is not spoken about on national TV, on any
And
TV.
Paris. Look at Paris too. Paris. A lot of trash there. Immigrants on the streets in tents and rats. A lot of rats on the street in Paris. Paris is not what it was like 10 years ago, for example. It changed
Mm,
completely.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of
yeah.
crime.
And like here, that's what the other day when I came on, that's one of the things I really wanted to talk about was the crime, because I felt it was important, because Americans just think, oh yeah, they're just stabbing each other and da, 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 da. No, there's a lot of crime that's on here. Hi minds, like a lot of crime that's going on here, right, in this country. Everybody thinks, okay, it's crumpets and tea, and we're all sitting there drinking tea. No, not only that, right? There was a Windrush era over here, right? Which is why I highlight the immigrants a lot, because my gran would have been termed the immigrant if she came over here, right? So really, I'm child of a diasporan. I'm a diasporan. I'm seen as a diasporan or something like that to the other people on the outside of England, kind of thing, right? And from Africa, I'm thinking I'm a child of the diaspora. So how I look at things when people like against Africa per se, I personally don't beat Africans, because I know that how they have been taught certain things. So when you talk to them, it doesn't matter whether it's Nigerian, Benin, Ivory Coast, Angola, they have a mindset. Like I used to talk to a lot of Africans in the past. I always talk about the Africans I've spoken to in the past. They thought in their mind by pledging themselves to the Queen that they have to follow all the holidays. I used to say, no, you don't have to follow all the holidays, all the whatever. They thought in their mind they had to do this. I said, no, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Some people, like I think even you were saying, yeah, because like they don't want to learn the English language. Some of them has really been part of the setup in London because they work in there. They're carers, cleaners, all sorts, right? Because when you go to carers homes, you will come across Bangladesh, Nigerian, some type of African, some type of French speaker African. You will never see an i.e. white person doing it. So because I've been around them, that's why I think I have more of a sympathy, empathy for them. Like, and some of them, hi Genobia, some of them, yes, like I said, yes, what was it, yesterday before I got really, really ill? There is some who come under the skies of falseness because they did it in Trinidad. A bunch of men reach over in Trinidad. I think they came over as girls. I'm not even sure what they came over as. A bunch of Indian men. And it was in the hotel. I think they had to deport them the same day, the day after. I can't remember. The day after, I was going to bring it to the platform because my phone is not like how it used to be where I can adapt it and I can simultaneously do whatever. I couldn't do it. So therefore, I couldn't bring it. I just didn't want to put the video. Okay? So when you're looking at these people, that's why I say to people, when you look at people, you look at it one way. You look at it from their side, you look at it from your side, you look at it from that side, you look at it from this side. You have to look at it all different ways. Because yes, you can be an ignorant ass and say, oh yes, well they should stay in their country. People are running from all sorts of craziness, right? They're running from all sorts of craziness. Some people are lucky to enter through the front door, if that, right? If they're not a drugs mule, something else, you know how it goes. The drugs mule, So that's why when these people down the other day, remember the video I showed of them protesting. Now, the other week, they went down to another hotel and they got another lot of them to send it to Rwanda. My thing is, Rwanda is not really the safest country on earth. Okay? The Hutsis and Tutsis is a great example of that. Right? To me, the government can sway and it gets so deadly. I remember being over here on Channel 4 watching their whole man get the tire around him and set fire to. This is in Kenya. So, like I said, in the war, there's loads of casualties. Okay, there's no whatever. That's why I was talking about the togetherness. I mean, in unity is a theory, yes, but if you're lucky to get a good friend, God bless you on that one. If you're lucky to get 2 good friends, good for you. Some people ain't so lucky, but you have to make sure that everybody understands the assignment. Right? If something wants to kick off, we meet here. You hear what even though what they're saying, we probably already planning already. Because when I read on that government thing, I've heard people saying, yeah, we need a place to situate. We need a place to meet. We need this. We need that. We need this. We need this. We need this. We need this. We meet here. There. We meet there. We meet there. Yeah. People have said this. Okay. So by we listening to the oracles, you have to listen to what the oracles say. Because the oracles say, oh, dodgy number. If the oracles say, okay, this is going to happen, right? It might not happen now. It might happen in a couple of days. It might happen in a year's time. It might happen whenever. So you have to understand the psychiatry of it all. Yeah. I watch TV. Yes, you can say yes. I'm programmed like the rest of most people. We are programmed because we're on YouTube. This is the program. This is a simulation by itself. All right. That's why when we see certain people that I speak about and others have spoken about, that lady whose name I should not mention at present because we're not talking about her, right? That's why, right? That's why, right? You try to debunk certain stuff because people like her will mess the whole community up. That is a plant setting to mess the community up, right? That person is how they are to mess up. It's a stereotypical thing. Is this, that, and the other? And I'm not saying everybody is in certain positions. The reason why I always talk about people in poor positions, because I want people, though you're in a good position, there's someone in a lesser position than you, and not everybody is high, trading high. For some, whatever the reasons may be, there's veterans, there's homelessness, there's this going on, there's that going on, and this going on, and this going on. There's children constantly getting abused. But people choose not to bring that up because, as Queen Tron says, when you talk about certain stuff, they say, oh, well, you're always talking about abuse and sexual abuse and it's negative, it's low vibrational. No, it's not low vibrational because what you're doing, right, you're giving awareness. Like the lady who's cleaning the graveyards and then some idiot went into the dark side community and tell me what I'm taking her video. In fact, what I was doing, I was trying to show the mercy of humanity. Humanity has another side to it where they have mercy, right? Right? It's like me, if I have money, I say, ew, Alexander, how much money you need? You know, you spontaneously send it. Like people don't think like that because the human factor is gone. So you have to bring the human factor back. That's why we talk about the children in that situation.
But that's the thing, no? Yeah, the human practical, compassionate, moral, you can say. Well, that's the other thing, what in England, UK, I saw a few months ago an article that in your drinking water there, they put fluoride, right? And now they're going to increase the fluoride concentration in the water. So that's going to make the people more docile, that then they're gonna react. It's gonna shut down your pineal gland, which is your third eye. I know a lot of people don't know this, but they use the fluoride in the drinking water system in the concentration camp, so the people don't rebel. It shuts your organ down, shuts you completely down. So it's good for if you're living in England to, I don't know, distill your water. That's the best way, actually. Reverse osmosis, still there's few things that can pass through it, but if you distill your water, yeah, the water is going to be dead, but you add mineral to it, and then it's good,
Yeah. Well, that's why with the sewage, there's a problem with the system right at present now, right? And they were saying that how people need to be careful of the water, but yeah, some people was already buying bottled waters and stuff before and all that stuff and got the that being the system. Yeah, the one. Yeah, the one where you put it into the jug and then you put the thing inside and then it filter it, right? A lot of people was doing that, and there's another one. There's the couple that I met, the one from who's in Gambia now. They had a system where they attached the faucet thing to the sink and it filtered from the tap. I seen this myself. Another thing as well is when you're washing vegetables, you use bicarbonate soda. There's a guy on Instagram who's telling people, don't put bicarbonate soda on your stuff. Yes, you can say that. But if it does the trick, it kills whatever's on the vegetables. What? Another thing is the growing, finding an allotment. Bear in mind that how there was already a video put out by an old man, which I cannot even find to this day, where he was warning, he's sitting on a chair and he was reading, this is what's going to happen. People are going to climb into your yard and they're going to teeth your fruits and stuff, what you have grown. This is an allotment, back gardens, etc. All right, he said this. Ask me if we can find that video now. I can't even find it now. Even when you post it on Facebook, they take it down. When you post certain things on Facebook, they take it down. But but yet still somebody can have a naked yoga over here on the
Mm.
YouTube.
Oh
Naked
yeah.
yoga, women doing all sorts of. I mean, if you're selling porn, do it, yeah. But let's bear in mind there's children who's on YouTube and stuff like that and whatever. And what you're doing is kind of immoral to me anyway. But anyway, I'm not your mother. I don't need to tell you what to do with your body or what to do with yourself, right? If you was my child, basically, I don't know how it will go, okay? Because I don't come from them schools there, okay? So bear in mind that there is these things, these factions on Facebook that, like, I remember talking about what I saw on Facebook where like two children seemed like an older girl was abusing a younger one, and nobody reported that video. I think I reported that video because my thing was, how are you watching it, recording it, and you don't say nothing, you don't intervene, you're just watching and recording through the video, through the camera.
There's a lot of people do that, for views and shit. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm not looking down on the world. No, I'm not looking down on the world. I'm not. All right. I'm a woman too. I get it. I get it. All right. I'm an old granny in my own rights. Yeah. Me's grey on in here. On top of this head is grey. You see my face, me's old woman. Me old granny with me stick. I was giving
Lol.
my neighbor the joke the other day. I said, yes, I'm like this. She laughed at me. I said, you know what? That's how I am. I said, I'm young at heart. There's some parts
But
of
if
me I'm
you
young at heart.
but if you feel
Yeah.
young,
But
it
there's no
doesn't matter, You feel young, you act young, you keep moving, your energy, you will stay young for a long time. You see, I saw I think, yeah, it was American black woman. She was 80 years old and she's still doing bodybuilding. She has com- she
yeah,
look she was 80. She's 80 and she is completely fit. But
yeah.
yeah, you keep moving, keep eating healthy, keep taking care of your temple, and you don't eat much junk food. You go young for a long time.
Yeah. And it's strange because in fact, I do eat moderately on certain stuff. Yeah, I do have my good and bad days. Okay, so I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna be no hypocrite on there and pretend I don't like me is the salt of the earth and when I eat this. Yeah, the only thing I don't eat is pork. That's about it. Right, but apart from that, yeah, right. So my thinking
No,
that's why I was saying.
um, sorry, just fast. No, it's not because I look. The elite right now want us to eat bugs. They want to weaken us, right? And
Hmm,
apparently, these people that have tried the vegan diet, but it doesn't go with them.
hmm,
They because the body needs meat, right? And apparently, I found out it goes on your blood type. So if
hmm,
you're blood type O, you will need meat. You cannot be vegan. A lot of people that are O tried vegan, but they can't. They have to do a combination with meat, chicken, for example. So it goes on by your blood type, actually. I don't know. I think the AB is the one that can go fully veganism and has no problem. But
hmm,
basically, meat is not bad. Meat is not bad. That's why I think the elite found that out, that we get strength out of it. And that's why they're trying to brainwash the children, like I saw in Australian schools, young children try to indoctrinate them that eating bugs is good, is healthy, is better for the world. It's
hmm,
just making them more weak and get more yeah, parasite and shit like that, that the body's not used to, so you're gonna get more sick by eating those type of things you know so
hmm,
eating meat is not bad. That's why Bill Gates is now investing in bio meat, lab meat. It's
hmm.
gonna just yeah, it's not natural and it's just gonna break us down faster.
Yeah,
Bill
well,
Gates is the biggest farm owner land in America right now. But I
yeah.
did heard that
Oh,
they kill his ass. But I don't know. We're gonna see in 2 years. Hey, in 2 years we're gonna be finding out who's who for sure. Who yeah, from everybody. We're gonna finding out of everybody in 2 years. I know. Starting this year. So, just stay strong, keep working on your temple, and don't fall into the bullshit. Yeah, if you can eat meat, blast the food, blast the water. That helps. There was a scientist that did research, Dr. Emoto. I did mention this, I think, in the past few times. But yeah, by blasting the food or pray on the food, just sending your good thoughts, good emotions, that also will
Yeah,
help
good check.
structure the food and the water. You can pray, you can just bless your thoughts, emotion. All those have an effect on the outside world. And the water, they start with the water, and we ourselves, what, 80% water. So, you see, it will have an effect on us too.
Exactly, which I have heard, also, and also, it's all when you're cooking. You can't be mad when you're cooking. You can't give people food to eat when you're mad. This is a West Indian thing too. If you go into a restaurant and the people show you bad face, you don't eat from them. All right, that is a West Indian thing. If you go somewhere and they give you bad service, you don't yam from them. This is why the other day when I went to the South Americans, I can't remember which part they come from exactly. I bought the dumplings. The man was so nice to me, and the Venezuelan I went to one time too. Very nice people, right? Considering that how like I am near them parts in TNT. I used to be able to. We brought up learning Spanish, but when I when you are there and you see the food for yourself and you see there is no difference, it's just the food is cooked different. But what I'm saying is when you go to a place and the service ain't saying something and like they don't want you there, this and that and the other. I know a lot of Americans go through this as well. They don't want to serve people and all this and all that. I think they do it over here. I don't know. I don't think I've heard of any over here. But I'm not saying it's not impossible. If they show you bad face, you just don't have time. Because when one person don't want that money, there's another person who will smile with you and take that money. Okay. And that's one thing. And it's also how people treat you on a whole. Me, I'm very smiley in real life sometimes. I think there's three faces to me. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I have my off moments. I am a Saggy. What can I say? All right. I'm very
None.
smiley. I'm very smiley. I'm very embracing. I am. I embrace
Perfect.
people. I do. I am a very embracing person by nature. I've always been like that. But at the same time, I have my limits as well. And why are we learning all this together, open mindedness, non-open mindedness, however, it doesn't mean to say that how I can't learn from you. Like there's a few people that come into the comment section. When they talk to me, I learn a lot. I do. Sometimes I just heart the thing. I read it, I heart the thing. I don't need to say nothing else after that sometimes, but sometimes because you want to let the person know, yeah, I appreciate that, but I hear what you're saying. I literally hear what you're saying. It was up to me, I would have the whole of people who's on here in my front yard. That's the type of person I am. But honestly, it's not like that, right? Because especially with this thing now, obviously, right, you want to be around people who you best know, who you gel with, whatever the case may be. You don't really want to be around ones who don't understand where you're coming from. But then at the same time, I'm not saying that people don't know stuff, because I have met younger women who's are probably like the same age as that lady I talk about, or younger, who's very aware. So it's just that I can't interview them and put them on my channel. I wish I could, because when I talk to them, I hear so much. Even with the barge, I had a conversation with a lady on the bus about the barge thing. It was very interesting. I learn a lot. You just sit back and listen, you learn a lot. Even when Alex talk, that's why I don't cross him. I just let him talk, because like later on I'll think, oh yeah, he said that's what I do. Like, so I do that. That's how I learn. Okay. I'm I Yeah, I am a speech woman. Yes, I'll give you a whole speech. I come from that school. My grandmother used to give me speech, so I will just give you the speech. That's how it is. But it's just making sure that everybody knows what is going on. Okay. So even though I'm not in America, I know what's going on in America. So don't think every UK British person dislikes you. Okay, people in America, women in America. I want to make that quite clear because
Yeah,
I keep
no,
hearing
it's
that.
I imagine, not all people are the same, not all black people are the same, not all white people are the same. You have some ignorance, you have some racist. That is in
Mm,
every race.
mm,
You encounter racism here in Aruba too, but in other countries, like in the Middle East, the racism is on another level, or even in Africa, where the extreme Muslim, they just enslave you because of your color of your skin. So we
mm,
don't experience that here. We experience like verbal, but there is physical. That's different.
mm. Yeah, exactly. So if anybody else want to join, because I've got a little while on here because remember I have to go do school run. I can't be on here all day. You know me. Normally just do 1 hour and take my backside off of here. Normally I do a couple minutes and I take my backside off of here. Okay. So
I, I put the StreamYard link in the chat. I don't know if Mind's Eye wanted to join.
yeah. Or so or Christine if
Or,
she got time. I mean, right, just keep in mind I gotta go do some stuff as well. So if if you know, because because the time goes really quick. So drop even.
is
So
TV.
yeah. So drops even. No, so drops there. But
Oh yeah, hey, here's the thing people can check out. I forgot what it's called, but there's an app. You can look it up. There's an app that I think a German boy invented. It was Germany. This app, they have it on for the iPhone and I think for the Android also. Um, when you're in the store, supermarket, for example, it will scan the code of the food and it will tell you if it had bugs in it or not. Forgot what the app is called, but they invented an app that tell you which food has bugs in it. So if you want to be aware or not sure with the food you're buying, check that app out.
oh hi Anna, hi Marcel. Hold on, my thing's doing some funkiness. Hi, Mind's Eye, Sir Drop. Have I got everybody? I think I have. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh, meat has all we need in it. Yeah, and it does have her stuff in it, but sometimes the reason why they doing the alkaline, the Dr. Sabi, some of the things Dr. Sabi stuff is basically Ervic situations, the panna, blah blah blah, hot food, fire food, water food. I can't remember. I had
Yeah, the
fire.
alkaline food and hybrid food. He talks about and scorch, I think, torch or something. What mostly African eat. Um, yeah, talks about
Yeah,
with some fruit being hybrid or not, and with the power of alkaline food and fasting, the power of fasting and detoxing. Basically, that you can cure yourself of any disease of detoxing. Most of the food has chemical waste in them, and when you eat it, not all of it gets processed, gets stored in the body or on the bone. But I understand
mm,
the fluoride goes on the bone. That's why good to exercise. That's another way you can get fluoride out of your body is exercise.
yeah, yeah. And then you can get mucus out. Hi, Dr. Amira. Then you can get mucus out by drinking certain stuff. The other day I had lemon and cucumber. I was very thirsty. There was no juice in the house. I literally went and made lemon and cucumber, and I ended up drinking the whole thing of the blender thing because it was like because it's a cup thing. And I was telling my daughter I felt better. So as much as my face is a little sunk in and that sometimes because I lose weight a lot. I lose weight. My grand's saying what's telling is my neck. I lose weight a lot. So my metabolism is very fast. So I have to know how to eat. But sometimes I do one meal, one meal a day. I do snack mostly intensely. I snack a lot. I am a very small person in size, but I'm healthy. You know, the limbs ain't and I don't get all that. So I can run as fast as the youngers. Put it that way. I could catch a young'un. Okay. All right. So I'm like that. So when right, but for the ones that's coming in, particularly, because I know these are the ones that be in the other sector regarding information, right? Information does be post up, so you have to be open-minded on certain stuff. Yeah, I do bring certain stuff. One person asked me to post about the Cosby thing. That was really interesting. This thing is very interesting. I probably might find out more stuff about this and post up more stuff on the community tab. I do say to others who is not in the chat and you're on the outskirts of the subs, go down the videos. You will see that there is information there. There's information there. See, I just pulled up 2 of my information. The prepping ones. Okay. You just pull up 2 and you can learn. This is not for one set of people. It's not for the ones who know. This is it's an open house kind of thing. So you have to just insert yourself, and then I will see you. I've got to give Dr. Amira a wrench when I do come off of here. But yeah, there is alkaline is good as well. Alkaline, because like some people have been cooking like that for ages anyway, cooking with coconut and stuff. That's nothing. That's secondhand to us West Indians and those who's in certain countries where they cook with coconut and coconut oil. That's secondhand to us. You don't just now learn about them things. Arasta's been talking about Itol food for how long? And it's only now because it's vegan. Everybody see, oh yeah, vegan. No, vegan's been around for ages. Rasta's been doing it for a long time. It just has got a different name. Now, when this thing comes up, obviously some people can live without certain amendments and certain things, amenities or whatever it's called. You can do that. So I'm not so the meat thing, I don't know. People will probably work it out. I just hope they don't end up eating other people because people turn to that. So yeah, the stockpiling. Once again, if you are in the Americas and you are in a community situation, it looks like it's flashing. All right. If you are in the Americas, you lot can actually get together and do what you're doing and come together. If you are in like places where like the Netherlands, Aruba, where Alex is, I don't know. People live in different ways or whatever. So hopefully
fish.
Huh?
We don't have
Fish,
we don't have we don't have much on the land. We have rabbits, goats, donkeys. That's it. But we don't eat donkeys. We eat goats though. Mostly fish.
Yeah, it's curry goat.
Yeah,
Curry goat. Curry goat.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, curry goat. Yeah. Curry goat, curry chicken. Why you say chicken curry or curry chicken? We say curry chicken.
Curry chicken.
Yeah, there's a debate. I think in Guyana they say chicken curry.
Yeah. Yeah, curry chicken.
It's curry chicken. Yeah.
Curry chicken. Yeah. So rice and peas and whatever. because living off the land is a different thing. Yes, I have been, like, I have lived off the land before when I was younger. I don't know, maybe I can do it now. Who knows? My mum is at a better advantage point to me because she's in Jamaica, so she's at a better advantage point to me. I mean, I do try to grow. I did lose my tomatoes and my cucumbers because of over here when the weather changes. I look so weird when I put my face like this. When the weather changes, it mashes up the plants because over here we have 3 seasons in one day. It can get cold, it can get hot, it can get windy all in one day. I've lost my cucumber, my tomato. I've even tried to save it by bringing it indoors. I've even trying to think of a way that I can installate it while it's indoors. They said to get one of those duvet cover things and put the things inside of it, and that will keep it. If you ain't got a greenhouse, make a makeshift greenhouse. I wasted money on a grow house. I was really upset. The grow house let me down. I had to turn that grow house and get a netting and put around. I don't even know what's growing out there right now. Around it with the same frame that I got the grow house, because the grow house fell apart because it's one of those ones like a Temu situation, but it was from B&M and it fell apart. So what I had to do, I had some mesh. So I made it into a cube. I should take a picture of it. I made it into a cube. And my mind said to me, I should put the mesh over, like the square of the thing to form the square. So that's what I did. I put the mesh over it, but I didn't have nails. What I did, I used safety pins. That's it, safety pins, because I had no nails and I didn't have the thing to clip it. So my alternative thinking, my backyard thinking was pins. So that's what I did. Now you can see that how the plants look a little more protected, but you're supposed to put a wooden frame around it. I'm not a woodworker, but if it comes down to it and I have to work with the wood, I will do it automatically. We might turn the backyard into an allotment. I don't know. My daughter's taking care of that. I'm just taking care of the little pathway that I've got. So that's the part that I always show, the geranium, the little lettucey thing, which haven't grown it because it's supposed to be a climber. I'm not a plant person. I'm not a green finger, so don't get it twisted or nothing, right? I learned the hard way, right? But but you can actually, there's a guy on YouTube where he grows fruit stuff inside of his flat. Literally, he grows everything in the flat, from pineapple, tomato, everything. So it's possible. You can literally have a whole thing. You have to get the luminous light and all that to keep it going and all that stuff. If people grow, the good old, what, right? You need the luminous light. So I'm not great at certain stuff, but I kind of get through it. As for like stuff for the body, you can make natural stuff for your body. Dr. Mira sells stuff. So Amma sells stuff. I don't know who else sells stuff that I can think of. So Amma and a Dr. Mira sell stuff. Fundi Fee does sell stuff as well. If you've been over Fundi Fee, she does show survival techniques of certain stuff. She does grow a lot. She's a Qigong master. So she also took some carbonation and all that stuff. So if you lot are versatile in your listening ear, you lot will get on great with Fundi Fee. And if you're versatile in listening to stuff, you'll get on great with Dr. Amira. So basically, it's learning about certain stuff. Some people are lucky to get spaces where they can grow and it's sunny all year round and they can get the good old greenhouse and all that palaver, have a whole farm. I don't know what else to say. Basically, if there's any more information that's about what they're saying in our government, i.e. the UK, if you have any information, the email. Don't send me no spam because I don't have time to read no spam. So make sure it's sensitive stuff that you're sending me so that I could project it to people. Bear in mind, not everybody's in the conscious community. There is people who's on the outskirts of it, but you can still educate them on certain stuff. You don't have to preach at them. You just, let them know. Some people's already doing it already. So that's one of my things that I need to say. Any predictions that Alex have, when he wants to come up, he can let me know. We just open up the thing and just put in place him in the middle there, and he can just go on with it, and I can just go off and come back, and like how most people do. But bear in mind, I am strict with my thing, and I don't like certain words put in there and said and stuff, because I need the channel. The channel's needed because I can post on stuff and I can put things out. If I'm not talking about my Jazzy life, which I'm hoping I'm not going to talk about her ever. Ever, she says, blinking, ever. Then we can talk about other stuff. Mind you, if I don't know what you don't want to talk about, I cannot talk about it. Sometimes it can be about views, and sometimes I don't really care about the views. But sometimes for people to see me, you cannot shadow ban me. That's the same with the dark side. I know people are not into the rainbow thing. Yeah. I'm not part of the Rainbow Coalition. No, I'm not. But there's certain stuff that's involving them that is linked to what I talk about. So that's why I say to you, if you don't like what you hear, don't sub. Don't sub to just make me feel good, because it's not about making me feel good. It's about what is being said, and I like to see comments. If you like to comment over here, you can comment over there too. Well, go over here, go over there. Same rule, okay? The only difference is I don't get time to go live over there. As you know, innit, Alex? Sometimes I don't even get a chance to go live over there. I'm too busy over this side most of the time, right? And there's stuff I need to bring over there. I've been trying to get back to the Atlanta's murder. How long now? I don't even know. Every time I try to go back to it, something comes in my way. And that's why I put up some other videos that is good. This is about other places. There's Brazilian voodoo. I learned about the other issue version from Brazil, the candomblé. I don't know who I am linked to, but as far as I see, Ocean's always good to me over here. So I always make sure she gets her little plate. I put up her going through the water and all that stuff. Children is a big factor because I have a child. So children, I have a younger one, okay, who's young. So that when I talk, I know when I'm talking. I gossip, me there chat about what Missy, because me as a mother, me understand, okay? So basically, if you cannot run with that, that's what I said. If you cannot run with it, there's no point you're on the channel. It's not just to show your face and talk in the chat or whatever. I like the interaction and stuff like that. See, I've even got new subs as well from the mummy sector. So by fear, I have to give them what they like, right? They talk about the lady a lot in general, so she's going to come up now and again, but I will link it to something else. As you see, I try to link it to something else, okay? So I just like to say that because I know people don't like my Jazzy life and stuff like that. I will, however, if there is something going on, I'll post it in the community tab. You can speak on, sorry, I keep cracking my things. You can speak on the community tabs with me. You can speak on the thingy as long as you're not disrespectful. Some fool come onto the Kenrick Johnson thing and telling me I was giving misinformation. That's why I said to him, look, everything I see is what I see, is what I read and what I research. All right. And if it is a race thing, so be it, because to me, that's what it looked. So, like, you know what I mean? I know there's white subs too, but you have to take into effect who I am at the end of the day, and you have to understand from my point of view, okay? So at the end of the day, yes, I do talk about white people too. I do it on the other channel. There's my weakness, okay? And so Amma and Mind's Eye, the ones who I see over there. So at the end of the day, You leave a comment, you don't be rude, you don't be disrespectful. I listen to you, listen to me now. And now I'm not going to come on here looking all pretty up and ting, ting, ting. No, this is me. This is how I am. When people see me, this is what they see when they see, okay? Apart from whenever I am getting old, I am too long up in my age and too long in my back to be dealing with little girl party business and foolishness. So right about now, this is what I bring the stockpile. If you have information or more information on the stockpile situation that can help other people, add it to the comment section. Don't add Ross underneath there. Don't tell me about nothing else. We don't want to hear about no flat earth. We don't want to hear about none of that. Don't be putting spam underneath the thing. No, because I will just delete you out of it. Just put what is needed for the information at hand. Do not sway the information. If I'm talking about A, don't go to B. Basically, that's how I would like it to be. Yes, I already said that I'm rigid anyway, so you don't know. When Alex comes on here again, hopefully Rico as well. If Rico is about, it would be good as well to get Rico as well, because Rico do have information. He's also in the, I think he's Dominican Republic. He's part of a system. Is it? He's Puerto Rican. Sorry, Puerto Rican. Dominican Republic. If someone else is Dominican Republic, that's why. He's very informative. Rico's very informative. When he's not playing in the B sector, he's quite informative. He is. Right? When he's not playing with them over there, he comes out with a whole lot of stuff. Right? There's also
he knows what to talk. The only thing I don't see eye to eye, but that's his culture, his thing is the voodoo part, because my family had other experience with voodoo that is not so good. Negative. So I don't mess with that, I don't mess with voodoo.
Yeah, but I do understand where he's coming from, right? On the voodoo section side of things, I do get it. So I do have a understanding. I am a very curious person at heart. Yeah, I am. So when it comes to information, there's King Barujo who also deals with that, but he says he doesn't get on with him. Unfortunately, it would be good if they can come together and talk. I personally would like to have King Barujo on here too. There's a couple of people I would like to have on, but I don't know, because people might not gel with them, because they might go in places that people might not like. I can't always take them to the dark side. Sometimes I have to put them over here. I was meant to have an interview with Dr. Amira at one point, but it didn't happen. But hopefully, if it don't happen live, it just happen, I'll record it and put it up, because I know she'd be busy. She's got a whole shop where she does sort of similar to Fundi Fee as well.
A shop? A shop of what? Crystals?
Crystals, incense, and all that stuff she does.
Where? In the US or in UK?
From the US. From the US.
Cool. That's cool.
Amma does crystals and different things. Amma does the Federer stuff. In fact, I'm surprised people don't even tap into Amma. Surprisingly.
Oh yeah, Amma too. So Amma.
Yes, Amma. Yeah, they don't tap into her. You need to tap into Amma. She's good with crystals as well. Very good with the crystal jewelry and stuff like that. But you see now, that's why you got to tap into certain ones, like, because she might not say it. I said it. Okay, I said it. So people need to tap into her. Oh gosh, I've left my insides thing out. Yeah. So who else is there? Christine does candles. I know she ain't gonna say she does candles. She makes candles. Christine. Who else is there? Christine does candles. Yeah, Christine makes candles.
Oh, you're a Life Path 11 too, no?
I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, Christine does candles. Dr. Amira has a shop. In what part? I shall find out. I'll post it up or take a picture of it. When she gets more settled or she makes a video of her shop, I'll put it up. Amma That's what I said. Amar Christine does a few stuff. So people needs to tap into them. Do not feel guilty. Small minds call out foolishness. True. Oh, you're talking to someone. Yeah. Yeah. So bear in mind there is people in the community that does a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people in the mummy sector that does a lot of stuff. Pardon me. That's me drinking the cola. The most unlikeliest person that you think is not into stuff is into stuff. I've heard stuff from Flo, a few of them. Even I'll be like, wow. You know, it's the most unlikeliest woman. Unlikeliest. But I'll tell you something, it's good. Even Brown Sugar, when she talks sometimes. Yeah. There's some people who know stuff, you know. So
Yeah, we're in the age of awakening. Last year, I imagine, last year was a 7 year, so it has forced people to do their inner work, to do more research, to maybe start writing, go into things, reading books, maybe take a retreat to connect with themselves, connect with nature. So I imagine that last year, a lot of people had got the spark of wanting to know more, and maybe also getting the feeling that something is not right what they're getting from the news or the government, that they force them to look other way, to look for information other way. So yeah, it started last year, you can say, with the
yeah.
energy then.
Yeah, and it did
Yes.
change when the eclipse happened. Something did happen when it was the
Oh yeah, the eclipse. That was the
conjunction.
8th of April. But what I understand, the effect of the eclipse lasts for 6 months.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
till October.
Yeah, because for the injunction, this is where people gets it mixed up, right? They said, "Oh yeah, well he's gonna have superpowers and blah 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 blah." No, it's not like that. In fact, after the eclipse, I did actually feel something. I feel some people felt something, some people didn't feel something. I feel so, but maybe it's for me to know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not for the world to know. But I think I did tell Alex as well. Yeah, but yeah, certain things did change. There was a bit of a shift in certain stuff. So even
Eclipse
though,
mostly reveals what's hidden. So
yeah,
a lot of things that was hidden is gonna be coming out. You're gonna see more people like speaking out that had didn't have courage. All of a sudden, gonna get courage and speak out of their past experience with certain companies or people,
hmm,
in entertainment, in anywhere. So that I see happening in this coming. More and more people going to be exposed. More things going to be coming to the light. You know, from the whole entertainment industry, from also government. There's also few government people in government that's actually good, like the president, I think, of Slovakia, and they try to kill him. They stab him. I think he's in critical condition, but he's gonna survive. That happened a few weeks ago.
yeah, I think I
Today
can see that.
today is the full moon. So on full moon, police has more calls to get into the station, or the ER is more busy. So today is full, and it's gonna go to this whole weekend, and then afterwards we're gonna go next week. We're gonna go to June. June on the numerology this year is a 5 universal month. So the energy of June is gonna be very high. So maybe there's a chance people gonna get triggered and do something without thinking. You know, that's with the energy of the 5. You have to think before act, but with the energy of the 5, a lot of people gonna be acting without thinking. That's why
Mm,
grounding is very important. Grounding your energy. So yeah,
yeah,
this weekend, starting today, this weekend the energy is gonna be very high. So just heads up.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a time of awakening. Okay, so like I said, even though because I know people have an issue of how people look and all this foolishness. I mean, I have no issue because I'm old. I'm an old girl, but put it that way, I do have understandings of certain stuff, right? certain experiences give you great understanding, and what they say in Spider-Man, things come with great responsibility and all that, Ross. So yeah, so this is why I decided to bring it today, because this is the longest I've been on. I've never been on 3 hours ever. Okay, this is the first.
Right.
Okay, yeah, it's
Right.
3 hours. 3 hours.
Oh,
I'm gonna come soon because I have to go pick up my young'un.
wow.
So sometimes I like, it's not that I'm hiding my face sometimes, but you see, as you see, I do show my face sometimes. Some videos I have shown my face. I've got older since then because I'm more stressed. Okay. Basically, when I go behind the thing, it's because either I'm just talking on my phone, I'm not dressed, all that shit. Sometimes my hair be looking crazy. I don't want I'm just not in it. I just sometimes I have something to say and I'll say it and I'll come off. I would do it live. You know when it goes funny on the phone, when you do it from the phone and it goes in and out and that shimmy dimmy. But I would only go on there if I need to. So when I post up, I can't do it on the other channel, unfortunately, because I think if I did it on the other channel, I'll get so much done. I'll get so much done. I have so much to say. Okay, I used to be a quiet person back in the day, and I have a lot to say. A lot. All right. If it was up to me, I will feed the world. I'm like Sandra, singing Sandra from Trinidad. She's a Sagittarian as well. She gave her last. She was known when she died and they did her eulogy. They said she will give her last. She don't have much, but she will give her last. Right. And I'm like that as well. I suppose I'm like that in another way. Okay. I have good people. I do. I have good people around me. Okay. It's not that I don't appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. Yeah. So I always say to my friend, if I was to die tomorrow, at least I know I've done a few things. Right. Yeah. I put out certain stuff. Because death can take you at any time. That's probably why I'm so amazed with the graveyard and shit. Me and my young'un were kind of a little bit like that in certain ways. But bear in mind, like I said, with the channel, because it's called Ocean. Ocean is a mother. She loves and she's children and stuff like that, like Yemaya, right? The mother, yeah. So once again, when I talk about certain things, don't take it like she gossiping. No, I'm not a grandmother yet. So I always look at it like, if it was my grandchildren, what the hell would I do? That's how I look at it, okay? So I'm not a grandma yet, right? And I have children, and though they're big, but my youngest one, like I said, is the same age as them twins. So when I say send out positive things for them twins or their children, I know when I say it, I mean it. I don't say it for views and to make myself feel all good. And I'm just saying it now. Right. So I have a lot to say. If I'm talking about grooming, I have talked about abuses in the past and stuff like that. So I understand it. I told you why I talk about it. I have a great understanding of it, and I don't understand the perpetrator, but the victim I understand. So I will talk about it. In times of war, it's the women and the children is the ones that gets it. And that's what's happening in Congo right now. And if there is links, I'll put in there that even if you sign the petition, you don't have to send donations and all that. So I'm not saying don't do that. I've tried to feed homeless with my own channel and I got no response. So I left it. I've left it. Right?
I understand that, that you want to. That is good. That is good. What you would do. During this time, I would suggest you to, make sure you good first, and your family and people around you, and then if there's over you that you can assist people around you, Don't let
Yeah.
yourself, you know. You have to be
Yeah.
strong for the people around you.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one reason why I stopped putting it out, because sorry, I did have a Cash App before, but now because I see people using it as whatever, I don't use it. This channel's not monetized, okay, as people can tell. No, my channel's not monetized, okay. I talk for free. I ain't mad. I talk for free.
No,
I ain't mad.
no, I
But
had the chance to monetize my channel too, but I rejected because I don't want no control of YouTube, and it wasn't my goal to make money out of YouTube. Would have been nice, but I didn't want the control that I
yeah,
option out of that, you know.
yeah. Because the other side, I was trying to do that because of what I'm talking about over there, but they keep shadow banding it. They keep shadow banding the dark side all the time.
Yes,
They
yes.
shadow banned it, and when I verified it, they still said no, it's unverified. So I left it, right? I mean, I have put it for it to get partnered up because I feel that's more needed. That over there is more needed, yes. So when I talk, because I don't like when they say, oh, you can't put up this video and that video. I like to post videos. I post all types of videos of me. When it's up to me, I'll post up a lot of videos up here. So yeah, so basically this is what I'm saying right now. So if you don't know me on the out of the YouTube section and we want to talk about the stockpiling, if you are in the UK, we can talk about it. Though me and my daughters are going to try work out something, I think. If you have anything you want me to talk about on here, I'm supposed to talk about aging on here. That was supposed to be one of my subjects, but I never got around to talking about it because I didn't know aging will feel this way. You see what I mean? So I really want to talk about it because I think that's a good thing for those who is proud to be old ladies because I'm one of them. I don't know. That's it, I think. So I'm gonna get off before the time clocks. By the time I spin around, it'll be time to go pick up my young one. I've been on here 3 hours. I was supposed to only do an hour. I've done longer. Okay, but it's holiday.
Yeah, it's good.
It's holiday this week, so you probably won't see me as much. You know, I don't like to do it when the young ones are around because I had to delete videos of her talking, making noise in the background, and all sorts of things. I had to delete I had a one good video on the dark side. I had to delete it because she was talking in the background, and because of what the channel is, I didn't want her voice on there basically, so I took it off. And yes, it did get a few views, but sometimes, yeah, it's good to have the views because it helps the video. Yeah. Even if you like it, it's fine. Sometimes I put up videos and nobody doesn't even like it. They just view it. But it's okay. It's fine. I mean, nice to have views because you push the thing out. You push it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether people like
But,
you or
but,
not.
but that's the thing, no? You cannot always go by the views because maybe more people has watched it. But I've caught YouTube like downing size. The when it goes up, then they take the views off you. So it's not always that I think what the normally give you. I'm pretty sure much more people has watched it than what's indicated.
Yeah. Because especially when this live is finished, it goes back to zero. It
Yeah.
goes back to zero anyway. So I don't take that as nothing anyway. But when I do put it out, just have the conversation underneath in the comment section because then I can see that you're here, you're there. I know people is busy, people have busy lives. I'm not saying whatever. There's comment underneath the video. Like what's been going on now? There's a lot of comments. I see a lot of comments. I'm always checking my comment section. That's one thing I do. Definitely check my comment section. And I do put a heart and a like to it. I don't just put a thumbs up, I do a heart and a like to it. And I'm letting you know that how I've seen it and I've read it. So it don't look like, okay, you know, I do see it. And then if there's something to interact with, I would interact with it. So, yeah. So, I'll go hopefully catch your next upload live. Have the greatest day. Okay, Anna. So yeah, but thank you for those who's come true. I am literally gonna get off because I have to go get the younger one. Hopefully, I won't talk about Dotty Gyal. Hopefully, there'll be other things of importance to talk about than Dotty Gyal over this. So, But if she does do Ross, yeah, I will talk about her. Okay, I will talk about her. And it ain't gossiping shit. It's just real because she's a real person. It ain't gossip. So stop calling it gossip. All it is raising awareness of the young ones that is in her care. That's what people's doing. Yes, some people's doing it for views. Yes, that's them. That's not me. Me's not them. Right? We're all different on air. We all think differently on air. We ain't the same. We ain't. No. It's just the subjects we do is the same. That's it. Okay, but I don't talk about things that doesn't need to be spoken about. If there's nothing for me to talk about, you will not see or hear me. If you know me and you've been on my channel for a long time, if there's nothing to talk about, you will not see me on the channel. Okay. If there's something to talk about, you might see me. I might put something in it. I might schedule it. Something might come up. I can't talk. Whatever. That's how it is. But at the end of the day, if it's something important like what the government is doing, which is very suspicious, and we know what's it about, my daughter's already explained it to me. I got it as well. So that's why I thought that we can have this conversation as well. We had the predictions and all that stuff. So, ladies and gents, I am going to come off and I'll see you in the next one. And I'll see Alex. Yes, take care, Alex.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah, take care, everybody. And I'll see you in the next one until we have the next conversation pertaining to whatever. Even if it's not a full-on conversation, we can have conversations. Okay, it might always not be conscious or whatever, but I do put stuff in the tab, in the community tab. So always check the community tab. If I'm not putting nothing on it or whatever, check the community tab. If it's not your cup of tea, go past it. Like it, go past it. It's fine. I ain't gonna be mad at you. I think that's it. But like I said, try and stick together. If you are around a community, stick together. Like he said, take care of yourself first. Take care of yourself first. Make sure your family good and all that stuff and all that. And then, yeah. So let me see who's coming, who's been in the chat. Let me see who's been in the chat. Looks like a lot of people's been here today because I've run 3 hours straight. Man, you lot lucky. You get a lot of me today. Okay, there's Brown Sugar, Christine, Ghetto Child, Alexander, Miss Wise. I saw Planet Mimi, Mind's Eye, Genobia. What's his name? Sir Drop. Marcel. Anna. Dr. Amira. I'm going to leave the chat up, even if there's a big gap in between the chat staying up. So just keep in mind what I'm saying, and please keep your comments coming. And till the next time when we talk, I'll see you. Take care. Bye. Whoops. Hold on, let me play this.